From Tijuana, Baja California tonight, Global Sports Streaming presents the best unboxing from a place aptly named the Punch Bowl. Tonight, in the unofficial boxing capital of the world, Tijuana, California, Baja California, we bring you a leather launching exhibition unlike anything you've ever seen. So hello everybody, my name is Ben Ricardo and always a delight to be with you and to bring you the very best in boxing from all around the world. And tonight should be no exception, as in Tijuana, everybody's tough. The cab drivers are tough, the waiters are tough, everybody loves to fight. In Tijuana, tonight's gonna be no exception. And joining me in this broadcast tonight, it gives me great pleasure to have two ex-fighters, and I shouldn't say ex-fighters, they're always gonna be fighters. To my left, Kevin Ollie, a longtime junior middleweight contender. Kevin, it's an absolute delight to have you with me.
Thank you.
And on my right, we have a super featherweight contender and a guy that's done some fights with me and a guy that I've enjoyed watching over the years, and that is Christopher Martin. So guys, it's great to have you here tonight. Kevin, let's talk right off the bat for the main event. We got Roberto Meza. This is a young kid that you know something about him.
Absolutely. Roberto's a very strong, very tough kid, and in this particular fight, he's going to be looking to make this next leap up. This is not an opponent to take lightly. So Roberto, he has to stick to his skills, believe in himself, and believe that this is his time to grow. So we'll see.
And of course, boxing is about opportunities, making the most of those opportunities. And now, Christopher, you've got a chance to visit with Angel Viedas. Tell me a little bit about Angel Viedas.
Well, a very good contender from Tijuana, Mexico. Very tough, Benny. Roberto Meza is going to have his work cut out for him today. Very tough guy, rugged, Mexican style, as Triple G would put it. And we're in for an entertaining fight.
That's right. Everybody wants the Mexican style, and certainly we're going to have that tonight. Again, our main event, Roberto Meza, Angel Viedas, should be a great main event. So we're ready. Are you ready? And that we are, from the unofficial boxing capital of the world, Tijuana, Baja California, tonight. Global Sports Streaming is going to bring you the very best in boxing. Stay right there.
All right, not too bad.
All right.
Damas y caballeros, esta es la tercera llamada. ¡Comenzamos! Y en nombre de la mejor empresa binacional, Boristeca Boxing Promotions, le damos la más cordial bienvenida a otro evento más. En esta ocasión, desde el Big Punch Arena, desde la frontera más visitada del mundo, Tijuana, Baja California, México. Este evento es sancionado por la Honorable Comisión de Box, Lucha Libre y Artes Marciales Mixtas de esta ciudad de Tijuana, presidente Alberto Martínez, comisionado de boxeo Juan Manuel Cardona, el médico del ring, el doctor Benjamín Sandoval, al frente del tiempo, César Fernández. Sus tres jueces, your three judges scoring this bout in ringside. Iván Velasco, Jesús González y Sergio Lechuga. And your third man inside the ring, el tercero en la superficie, el referee internacional, José Cobia. Introducing the fighter standing in the red corner, wearing red trunks with silver trim. He officially weighs in at 242.5 pounds. Presentando ustedes en la esquina roja, vistiendo pantaloncillo en color rojo con plata, con un peso de 242.5 libras. He stands with 15 professional bouts. Cuenta con 15 combates profesionales de Tijuana, Baja California. Alejandro Garduno. And his opponent across the ring is standing in the blue corner, wearing yellow trunks with black and pink. He officially weighs in at 246.9 pounds. Y su rival en la esquina azul, vistiendo pantaloncillo en color amarillo con negro y rosado, con un peso de 246.9 libras. He stands with 2 victories against 3 losses, and 2 of his victories coming by the fast way of knockout. Presenta un récord de 2 victorias, 3 derrotas, y 2 de esas victorias por la vía del knockout. Hailing out of Bellingham, Washington, introducing Big George Thompson. Y para dar las instrucciones finales, here is with the final instructions, your referee, José Cobia. 4 rounds, heavyweight.
Give you previous instructions, got these instructions, touch them up, come back with the belt. Check yourself at all times.
On? Okay, yeah, okay.
And George Thompson comes to us all the way from Bellevue. His wife trains him. So, Kevin, what do you think? Think a wife could train you?
You know, I think a wife could be our best trainers at times. That's why I don't have one yet. I'm not trying to go there at this point.
And what you're going to see on the part of Thompson, he's going to go ahead and try to use that jab, work behind that jab. Alejandro Garduno is from Tijuana, and he weighed in 242 pounds as well. Had an amateur career, and then from there decided to go ahead and get into the professional ranks. And Christopher, look at George Thompson, looks like he's enjoying himself.
Yeah, he's bouncing around, showing them different looks to George Thompson.
Now, when you look at the style right there for both of you, you see a guy in George Thompson. He's trained by an MMA fighter. Now, you notice how upright he is?
Yeah, he's very upright. Not your typical boxer, kind of just too straight up. And Alejandro Garduno is doing the proper thing, moving around, bouncing around, but he got hit with a good shot right there by Thompson.
Now, on the part of George Thompson, he is 42 years old, so they say a heavyweight matures at the age of 26, 27. So I guess we could be safe to say George Thompson is fully mature.
Yeah, definitely mature, if you want to call it that, Benny. All three of his losses have been against good opposition. Alejandro Garduno not necessarily qualifies as world class, but you know he's giving him a hard time right now.
Now, Kevin, you train fighters yourself, right?
I have a boxing camp. No, I train the public.
Okay.
A little different, right?
A little different, yeah.
So as you see Thompson, what would you say to him, Ollie? What does he need to do?
Honestly, right now, I would just really focus more on his strategy. It looks like he's just really just trying to connect rather than going into it as a chess match and trying to come out with an outcome. He's just trying to hit the guy, so it's kind of like he's playing checkers. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, he seems like feels more powerful than Garduno, and he's just kind of walking forward on him, not necessarily too much defense, not even popping a jab. He's throwing his right hand first.
Yeah.
And of course, that's probably he's getting that confidence, just feeling so far the shots that Garduno has hit him with, and feels that that is not going to be a problem. As I look at Thompson, though, you look at his left cheekbone, and that seems to be a bit of a swell right there. And Jose Cobian, our referee, steps in and separates the two fighters. So now we get a chance first to visit with George Thompson, the 42-year-old from Bellingham, Washington. This is Alejandro Garduno from right here in Tijuana, Baja California. And you see the trainer right there visiting with George Thompson. You know, I don't know if you guys are familiar with MMA fighters, but you know he looks exactly like Josh Barnett. Josh Barnett is an MMA fighter.
Yeah, Josh Barnett was a very good fighter.
Josh Barnett was a very good fighter. And in fact, I was getting ready to call his fight against Fedor Emelianenko before M1 Global went down. That was the promotional company with Affliction, the clothing company.
Okay. Yeah, Josh Barnett, he fought everybody, man. That was a very tough guy. So nice little comparison right there with George Thompson.
But the facial expression, everything, build, size, all that. So we are ready for round number 2 of a scheduled 4-rounder. It is in the heavyweight division, the big boys. 242-pound George Thompson in the gold. And I guess that would be pink, hot pink. Alejandro Garduno now covering up, and all of a sudden he gets...
Yeah. He's like, hey, man, you're not going to give me these C-plant punches. I'm going to come back.
Responding off of that.
Uh-oh.
And you see the concentration. I mean, Garduno, his best bet, he's not going to go ahead and get anything with that jab. So what he's going to try to do is counter and get Thompson to lean in and then go ahead and do the damage.
Yeah, that's what I think he caught him with right now. Like I said, George Thompson's just being a little too aggressive. Like you mentioned earlier, also Benny, he's got his head way up high, so
I thought
it's
he was gonna
easy.
give him a backhand right there.
It's easy for Garduno to cover up and just land right after Thompson throws.
Garduno did a nice little move right there where he went low and then came right up on top right there. Thompson never saw it.
Yeah, I think Garduno is actually thinking about how he can win this fight. I think he knows that he's probably not as strong as Thompson, but I think he's thinking about strategy right now, which is, I think, whoever thinks about strategy will win this fight for sure.
That was an old Mike Tyson trick where he used to double up on the 2 shots down low and then come up above. You never see it coming.
I call it the Mike Tyson, the right to the body and right uppercut, same hand.
And they would never see it coming. They never expected that to come.
That's actually the knockdown that he got Buster Douglas with before getting knocked out himself. That was the combination.
And you know who stole that strategy from him? Sugar Ray Leonard.
Really?
Sugar Ray started doing it.
Nice. I did that for a while as well too in my professional career. Try to emulate the greats.
And good job by Garduno and eluding it. He's able to evade every one of those shots.
Good left hook by Alejandro.
Now, Kevin, one of the things is you try to establish power. Now, the power, when you're that upright, you can't convert that into power.
No, not at all. I mean, he's probably losing about 50% of what he possibly could throw in terms of power. So, I mean, you know, it looks like he's in here just for a victory lap in terms of boxing. So, yeah, we got to give it to him.
Yeah, mentioning that, he just needs to have a little bit wider base, maybe get more power on his shots, does Thompson.
And the final seconds of round number 2. And both of these guys are going to welcome the side of their corner man to try to get some oxygen into their system. 2 rounds are in the books. It's scheduled for 4 rounds. How'd you guys score? So I'll let you guys score this too with me, and it'll be unofficial.
Oh, man, you know, I'm giving it 1-1.
I also have it 1-1. Gave Thompson the first round, gave Garduno right now the last round, kind of poured it on right there. Benny, you're going to be the tiebreaker.
And you know, it's one of those things, again, breaking it down as far as, you know, the criteria here. And here we get a replay. Kevin, go ahead and take it right here. You're going to see the work of Garduno as he tries to counter against Thompson. Thompson just not able to find that hit.
Yeah, I mean, Garduno looked like Mayweather right there. I'm telling you, like, that was beautiful. It was beautiful defense.
If he was a windmill in Palm Springs, he would have generated energy. But it doesn't do you good in any boxing. So we are ready for round number 3 of a scheduled 4-rounder. This is the heavyweight division. Your principals in the ring. In the yellow trunks, or we could call him gold, that's George Thompson from Bellevue, Bellingham, Washington. In red is a man from right here, Tijuana, Baja California. That is Alejandro Garduno. Garduno loads up with a big right hand.
Great jab in return by Thompson.
And that's what Thompson needs to do if he wants to win this fight. He's a taller man. Establish your jab. Jab him.
I think fatigue is starting to set in Thompson a little bit. So
okay, so now when we address that subject right there, if you're training, Chris, how do you train these heavyweight guys? They don't seem to be able to fight the full 12 rounds or anything, or the full 3 minutes.
Well,
it seems like knowing how to train big guys is an art in itself.
Well, typically you'd focus on conditioning, and then therefore they can be able to be relaxed in the ring when fighting and this intense situation, you know, so he's not standing upright like he is right now. You know, he's balanced. He should be balanced, and that comes all in conditioning.
But you know, even when you take the very best in the heavyweight division, as we'll attest to, like the Klitschko fight against Joshua, you saw in that fight, both those guys ran out of energy at different times, and finally the younger man, Joshua, was able to go ahead and overwhelm Klitschko as he got his second win.
Yeah, and I think that he started throwing more power punches too, and usually in the heavyweight division, you know, it's usually about the knockout, which is what happened in that fight as well. But I think you got to train for power in the heavyweight division.
I think it has a lot to do with the muscle mass. You know,
Yeah,
these guys,
exactly.
These guys have a lot of.
Yeah, big arms look good, but they're heavy.
Yeah, exactly. Their heart has to work extra to pump all that blood into those big muscles.
And all of a sudden, Garduno's getting his second win as he's now finding the head of Thompson. Now Thompson jabbing.
And that's what Thompson needs to do if he wants to win this fight. Look, two jabs in a row that he threw, they both landed.
And look at Garduno, he's bringing the fight to Thompson. You know, they can hit that heavy bag, but the heavy bag will cooperate. Good right hand right there by Garduno.
Like Bruce Lee said, bags don't hit back.
I think it was boards, but you're right on there. You're right on there. You're
The boxing part. That's true.
Interesting. You see from time to time, you see Thompson landing that straight right, but he's actually a natural southpaw, Christopher. So he's trying to go ahead and load up with the right. Sometimes, you know, fighters will switch because they feel like they have more strength. Well, I think it makes them more lethargic.
Yeah, it seems like he's kind of forcing himself because a couple times he threw the right hand first, you know, typically because he's used to throwing the jab first, which is his right hand, typically.
But, okay, be honest with me. If you switch to a southpaw, are you slower? Do you feel like you're slower?
I mean, it depends upon your talent level and how much you practice. I mean, if you're doing it just because that's the stance that you're in, then yeah, a guy's probably just trying to make up for it and he's not really skilled at what he's doing. But if you're somebody that, like a Terrence Crawford or Floyd Mayweather, you know what you're doing. You know exactly what you're doing.
And now we get some of the action of round number 3, which we had a nice little exchange out here back and forth. And Kevin, go ahead and take it.
Yeah, Thompson right here just hitting him with a few punches. It looked like Garduno. I'm sorry, I got to get these Spanish last names right. But complaining about it hitting the back of the head.
Damas y caballeros, este es el cuarto y último asalto. Ladies and gentlemen, this is round number 4.
The fourth and final round of this heavyweight fight. In Tijuana, they don't get to see a lot of heavyweights, so this is a bit of a treat for the fans here to see the big guys getting it on. Alejandro Garduno is wearing the red trunks. George Thompson from Bellingham, Washington, is in the gold with, let's say, the hot pink color.
I think that's hot pink.
I think that's for his wife.
And that's it.
He's bringing it in the ring.
And now all of a sudden you see Thompson now seems to be a little bit more focused, but you can tell. See how he's more active with that left hand, but it's kind of a pawing left hand. It's not a sharp jab.
A couple times in the last round, he did throw it a little sharp, but this round, you're right, he's just kind of pawing with it. Nothing doing damage, see?
The arms are getting heavier and heavier. And you wonder if a guy like Garduno, if he trains himself, could he make it as a cruiserweight?
Most likely, he has a fluffy body.
Yeah. Good punches by Garduno. He's taking the fight to Thompson.
Oh, boy. Oh, they're getting it on. Let's go.
And you see that sweat now flying off of the two fighters as they're connecting.
I think a slugfest is better for Thompson than it is Garduno. Garduno was doing good just boxing him.
I think Thompson thinks those sideburns are like a cushion.
They might
cushioning the blows.
They might be because Garduno hit him with some good shots right now.
Referee Jose Cobian trying to get a good angle to see with these two guys.
Oh, wow, boy, wow. That's a big right.
And Thompson practically sent him an email saying, I'm coming with a left. And good exchange here, back and forth inside, both of these fighters. And the reach advantage favors George Thompson. He's using that reach.
Yeah, he's landed a few straight rights from the distance. Really good.
And the body language right now, Thompson's not saying that he's tired, putting his hands on his waist.
That's always a fighter trying to get a little bit extra air right there.
Nice left hook.
Nice job by Garduno to turn that head, slipping that punch.
Right at the end, you're right, Benny.
Roberto Duran used to do that beautifully. Thompson trying to pick his spot, working behind that jab. And backing up. And Garduno, that actually helps him, because he backs up and then he loads up on the shot.
Yeah, he's on his back foot, and then he comes back with that overhand right.
Yeah, and Thompson isn't capitalizing off that anyway. I mean, walking back, really, he should just throw a jab and be able to land it easily.
And they're chunking up.
Oh, wow. Nice little three-piece combination by Garduno at the end.
So it looks like in my book, George Thompson, the man from Bellingham, Washington, is going to go back home with his 3rd professional win. We'll see how the judges here in Tijuana have scored the fight. But how do you see that? How do you see the fight?
Honestly, I think I see it as a draw. I see it 2-2.
2-2?
In my opinion.
Okay.
I think Garduno won 2 rounds, easy.
What about you, Chris?
I believe the same. We're in agreement there, Kevin. I got it 2-2 as well.
2-2?
2-2.
Well, I got 2 blind ex-fighters sitting in each side of me here. I'm going to go. I thought it was a 4-0 pitch out. I just thought he brought more to the table, and he was the aggressor, effective aggression, and again, ring generalship.
You know what, though? I think Garduno definitely showed more skill. I think he showed more strategy.
Because
in boxing, aggression is a big thing, but I think that Thompson, he didn't show a lot of effective aggression personally. He did show much more aggression, but not necessarily effectively.
And, you know, usually one way to break it down doing the scoring as far as effective aggression, just say to yourself, which punch would I rather be hit with? The one I hit him with or the one he hit me with?
Yeah, that's a very good good thing to use there, Benny. And in this case, I'd much rather have been Garduno in a couple rounds, man. Honestly, you know, even though, like Kevin said, Thompson was bringing the pressure, it was at times, ineffective pressure.
So we're going to go to our ring announcer, Pablo Flores, with the official scoring. Here it is, Pablo Flores.
Damas y caballeros, después de 4 rounds de combate, tenemos la decisión de los jueces. After 4 rounds of boxing, we now go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Jesus Gonzalez, he scores at 40-36, 40-36. And both judges, Sergio Lechuga and Carlos de la Rocha, have the same scores of 39-37. 39-37, estos últimos dos jueces coinciden en puntuación. For your winner by the way of unanimous decision, su ganador por la vía de la decisión unánime, Bellingham, Washington, Big George Thompson.
So there you have it, 40-37. Unanimous decision for your winner.
Y también fuerte reconocimiento para su rival, para el chiquilín Alejandro Garduno.
Now let's take a look at, here is George Thompson with a big left hand right there. And Garduno answers the right hand.
Yeah, Garduno was definitely tough. Very tough in this fight.
You see the exchange right there, and finally again. Our next fight is going to be in the featherweight division. It's going to be a man from Barranquilla, Colombia, an unbeaten fighter by the name of Brandon Valdez, taking on Jose Eduardo Puma from Empalme, Sonora, Mexico. And I've had a chance to watch Brandon Valdez. I saw him fight at the Tijuana Auditorium. A very slick fighter, Kevin. A guy that really puts combinations together.
Yes.
Superbly conditioned, so I think he's going to be a treat to watch.
Yeah, this guy's very polished, and I know he's going to come in here just automatically thinking about a knockout tonight. So I don't think it'll be a long night, quite honestly.
Now, you get a guy like Jose Eduardo Puma. Okay, so he comes into this fight here. Obviously, he's the opponent on this thing, but what would you say to him, Chris, in this fight?
Well, obviously he's the opponent. 2 wins, 18 losses. He's a very tough guy. We've seen him before here on Best in Boxing in Boristeca Promotions, and he puts on a good show just by his toughness.
And again, that's the thing with the sport of boxing. You need opponents. On the part of Brandon Valdez, he is unbeaten, 11-0. He has been superb, and this is a nice little gesture. Jose Eduardo POOM shaking the hand of each judge, going over and introducing himself to it. So I guess you can never get enough people on your side, so why not?
Exactly. In a close fight, they'll remember that handshake.
Jose Cobian is going to be our referee for this fight. These are featherweights, and it's going to be a 6-round fight in the featherweight division.
Damas y caballeros, nuestro siguiente combate se ha pactado a 6 rounds en la división de peso pluma. 6 rounds of boxing in the featherweight division. Presented by Boriseca Boxing Promotions and streaming around the world by BIB, the best in boxing. Your 3 judges scoring this bout in ringside. Sus 3 jueces: Carlos de la Rocha, Jesús González y Sergio Lechuga. And your referee in charge, su referee para ese combate, el internacional José Cobian. Introducing the fighter standing in the red corner, wearing white trunks with red trim. He officially weighs in at 126 pounds. En la esquina roja, vistiendo pantaloncillo blanco con rojo, con un peso de 126 libras. He stands with a record, a perfect one. 11 victories, no losses, and 6 of those victories coming by the fast way of knockout. Presenta un récord invicto de 11 victorias, 0 derrotas y 6 de esas victorias por la vía del knockout. De Barranquilla, Colombia, Brandon Valdez. And his opponent across the ring is standing in the blue corner, wearing black and gold. He officially weighs in at 129 pounds. Y su rival en la esquina azul, vistiendo pantaloncillo negro con oro, con un peso de 129 libras. He stands with 21 professional bouts. Cuenta con 21 combates profesionales de Empalme, Sonora. José Eduardo POOM. And here is with the final instructions, con las indicaciones finales, su referee, José Cobian.
Referee Jose Cobian is going to be given the final instructions. Our classy ring announcer Pablo Flores doing the introduction. And we are ready. It's going to be a 6-round in the featherweight division. Your principals in the ring, they are Brandon Valdez. He has got on the white trunks with the red stripes along the side. Jose Eduardo POOM has got on the black trunks with gold, a gold belt and the gold stripes along the side. What you're going to see right off the bat as far as Brandon Valdez, you're going to see a very, very tight fighter. He snaps that punch and brings it right back, and then we're going to see a very well-prepared fighter, long amateur career, a solid fighter who's looking to do big things in the pay-for-hurt division. Now, Kevin, right off the bat, Jose Eduardo POOM, he is going to have to go ahead and bring the fight to Valdez.
Yeah, either that or try to run from the fight. I don't know. I mean, but either way, I mean, Valdez is already pitching a shutout.
And you know, Chris, that's one thing in Tijuana. You do not have Mexican fighters run from you. They are going to bring it.
Yeah, especially Jose Eduardo POOM. Like I said, we've seen him before, and this guy just comes at you. He's going to be there. He's tough.
And you see right there working, working down below and then coming right up on top. But you can hear that leather popping when he turns that. It's a nice snap of the wrist. Hooking off of that right hand with that left.
It would definitely benefit Valdez to go to the body like he just did, because POOM takes a good shot to the head. And there he goes again with that body shot.
And you might as well work on that body because that's a lot softer than the head.
Absolutely.
And POOM doing a nice job of closing that space here, Kevin, not really giving Valdez a lot of room to work.
Yes, absolutely. He's keeping him smothered, and Valdez just can't get his punches off in that minute.
Now, I'm going to let you both answer this, and that is, in boxing, and it's so important how you manage the space. right?
Yep.
So tell me about that, starting with you, Kevin. Talk about managing the space, getting in what I call this kill zone, which is where you're going to land that shot.
Yeah, it depends upon who your opponent is and what their style is, and that determines what type of space you need. Obviously, for a aggressive smotherer, you want to keep distance from somebody like that. You use length, use jabs, straight right hands, so on and so forth. And obviously, for a boxer, you want to smother him like Puma is doing right now. So.
Now, Chris, you're always so good at managing that distance, and again, getting inside and creating punching angles for yourself when you got in close.
Yeah, well, what you need to do is sometimes you need to create that distance. Like in this case, Puma is all over Valdez. So Valdez can either just step to the side or take a quick step back and create that space so he's able to punch.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what he needs to do right now, create that space.
And he keeps throwing to that body. That's another body shot. I think Puma felt it right there.
He got the final seconds in round number 1. It is scheduled for 6. And round number 1 is in the books. Valdez and Puma, and that was actually a pretty good round for Puma. It'll be interesting to see how the referees see the fact that how he worked that particular round. How would you score it, Kevin?
I still would give it to Valdez. He landed the cleaner shots. He landed more shots. But like you said, Puma didn't do a bad job at all. I'm surprised.
Yeah, Puma didn't do a bad job, but to me, like you mentioned earlier, Kevin Ali, it is ineffective pressure.
Let's take a look at Brandon Valdez. Is being backed up by Jose Eduardo POOM.
Yeah. See, I think
See that body shot that I was talking about earlier, right in the middle? I think POOM felt it.
Yeah. Sometimes I think fighters like Valdez, they get a little too comfortable feeling like they have the fight. And in a situation like that, they actually sometimes get hurt. So I would advise him not to stay on the ropes and just to use his distance and just put on a boxing clinic.
Now, I thought this was a good seat that we had here to call the fight from, but then every time that the fighters shake the water, we get it all.
Oh, yeah, we getting showered, man. It's crazy.
Round number 2, Brandon Valdez taking on Jose Eduardo POOM from City Empalme in Sonora.
You know, I think they came out with a game plan for Valdez to actually be more aggressive because he came out moving forward and looks like he's holding his base a little more than last round.
Well, again, we talked about managing the space, and that's what Valdez is going to have to do. Keep his distance, give himself a chance to go ahead and extend as he throws that punch. And now you see him a lot sharper, especially the right hand.
Still in haymakers, too.
Yeah, and that was a good right hand right on the chin of POOM, but of course, that's what Chris said, that POOM can really take a shot.
Valdez is throwing some very sharp punches in this round.
POOM, the key is going to be what kind of physical shape he finds himself in. Because the way he came to fight this fight, and again, his limitations is he is going to take some shots. So let's see what kind of physical shape he's in.
Reminder, Benny, I mentioned his toughness, but I mean, Valdez could beat it out of him by keeping going to the body, like he's doing.
So that should be the focus for Valdez, to try to go ahead and work that body. And
Absolutely.
Good right hand, straight right hand, right on the chin. Another one, uppercut.
And that's the thing, because Puma's going to keep coming. Go ahead, hit him in the face. He's going to keep coming.
Yeah, he's just killing Puma's accuracy right now. Like, these punches are landing, and it's definitely getting in Puma's mind. You can see him even being a little overly aggressive right now.
But you notice when he came out right in round number 2, right away, he really started going to work. And I think that was his corner, Kevin, urging him to go ahead and not mess around with this guy, but don't get comfortable. You got to throw that leather.
Yep, I agree. I agree.
Kind of like what you said, Kevin, for Valdez not to be on the ropes, and he hasn't done it this round yet. It looks bad. Even though nothing was happening to him, it looks bad.
Yeah, I mean, being on the ropes is almost a sign of retreat in a way, so especially for a fighter that's as polished as Valdez, he doesn't need to be on the rope at all.
Yeah, but even though nothing was happening, I'm just saying, like, to the judges, kind of to the general public, that's what it may look like, that he's in trouble.
Yeah, you get fighters like Jose Benavidez Jr. who fights with his back to the ropes. And now 2 excellent shots landed right there by Brandon Valdez. And Boom is trying to go ahead and load up on his shots. And this is for Valdez. Kevin, this is where his experience is going to have to come in. He's got to turn him around and get him out of there.
Yeah, he's fighting a little. His angles. That's what we want to say. His angles aren't as sharp and as crispy and fluid as you would want for a good power fighter.
Chris, if this is a street fight, I think I'd give it to Poom.
It's not a street fight, Benny.
I don't think you can wear him out.
No, Brandon Valdez, he started the round good. Actually, he started it great. 2 minutes into it, he was boxing beautifully. In that last minute, he did go to the ropes. Maybe he did get fatigued. But if we're watching, nothing landed, right? Nothing landed.
And here we get an uppercut here by Brandon Valdez, and that was, he started with a right hand, then he came in with this uppercut. There's the right hand, and now watch the uppercut. There's the uppercut.
Half of it.
So it is round number 3 of a scheduled 6-rounder. Our two principals in the ring, Brandon Valdez in the white trunks, taking on Jose Eduardo.
Great straight right hand just now by Valdez. You know what I'm thinking now? I think that his corner is pushing for a knockout. I don't think they really want this fight to keep going the rounds. I think they want to knock him out.
Well, you see all of a sudden now Poom fighting in a very unorthodox style where he turns leading southpaw with the right hand and stepping with the right foot. Now, it would seem like Brandon Valdez, it would bode well for him to just work behind that jab.
Yeah.
Because the jab would set up his target.
Yeah. When a fighter can't figure you out, that tires him out mentally, which eventually tires him out physically. And I think that all Valdez has to do is really just box, box, box. I don't think he has to be super aggressive, but just outsmart him, make him look stupid, make him look dumb, and that'll drain all his energy. And then the knockout will come.
Yeah, like right there, make him miss with those looping punches. Make him miss, then make him pay. And like you said, that mental game is a big part of this.
Oh my gosh.
He just hit 4 in a row, 5 in a row. And he's starting to find his mark now. Brandon Valdez, the slick punching man from Barranquilla, Colombia.
Let me remind you guys my statement at the beginning of this fight. Poom is a tough guy. And he just took those hard shots and then charged at Valdez right now.
So right now, the hand has probably taken a bigger beating on the part of Valdez than Jose Eduardo Puma. And you love these guys. I mean, no technique whatsoever on the part of Jose Eduardo Puma, just tough as nails. And that's one of the things I have the utmost respect anybody willing to step inside those ropes and launch that leather. And again, you're watching Valdez, and I think he's making the mistake. He should just keep working behind that jab. There. When he stays up and works behind that jab, he's much more effective.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's almost like Valdez isn't going to knock him out by being, the heavy hitter and so on and so. It's like he won't knock him out by the way most people get knocked out. That's crazy. But to Poom's credit, though, he's very tough.
Well, Chris warned us about Poom's. He's got a chin like Mount Rushmore. And you see Valdez trying to work with that jab as the final seconds of round number 3 of a scheduled 6-rounder. These are super featherweights. Brandon Valdez, Jose Eduardo, boom.
This is a good fight for Valdez. I mean, you got a guy that's rough and rugged and is coming and he's getting the rounds and he can learn, So ultimately, this is a great fight for him.
And especially when it's an unorthodox style that Poom brings to it. So he's going to have to go ahead and try to solve that and find the effective way to go ahead and fight him. And there you see the ring card girls showing it is round number 4 coming up. And of course, without the ring card girls, we wouldn't know what round it was. So they do serve a purpose.
Absolutely, Benny. You are correct, sir.
And it's a great fight when the fighter, here we get a little replay here. Here's the exchange again between POOM and Valdez. We're not going to have time for that, so here we go. It is round number 4. Jose Cobian signaling the two fighters, and now they come to the center of the ring. I think POOM thinks this is the 4th and final round. It is scheduled for 6.
It is scheduled for 6.
It was a small plea for mercy.
A good right hand, and right there, Valdez goes to the body after attacking the head.
Nice combination.
And the knees buckled that time on the part of POOM.
Oh, gosh.
And Valdez goes down, but it was from more of a wrestling type of a move by Jose Eduardo POOM in the black trunks. And you know, Valdez has a good jab. It's a good, sharp jab, and he snaps it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very clean.
Best jab I ever saw. Larry Holmes. Larry used to tell me, he's got to throw it out there, you got to throw it out there, you got to throw it out there. A good right hand right there by Jose Eduardo POOM.
Good left hook too by POOM as well, but comes back Valdez with a nice right hand.
Right on his ear hole. Brandon Valdez finding that ear hole of POOM. You see a guy like Valdez, I mean, superbly conditioned fighter. You look at that body, it's chiseled. He's always ready. And at this point, he is 11-0, so he's almost at that point where he's going to make that jump to that next level.
Yes, absolutely. And some of the journeymen that he will fight in this next coming season of his career will be similar to a POOM. I mean, obviously a little more polished, but very tough. You know, may not have the technical skills that he has, but they'll be tough and they'll be coming for rounds, and he'll have to weather those storms as well. So another reason why I feel like this is a good fight for him right now.
And Valdez trying to load up. And right there, POOM complaining to referee Jose Cobian.
Wow.
And he's out. He's out. He's out.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
POOM looks like he is out. I don't know what is keeping him up.
Wow, maybe that hitting the back of the head threw his equilibrium off.
I think he was hit on the ear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because all of a sudden that ear buckled. Jose Cobian, who's usually very alert. No, that's it. Jose Cobian.
That was a good call. That was
he
a good
is
call.
one of the best.
That was a good call.
Yeah, I think he was hurt.
That was an excellent call by the ref.
Yeah.
And again, always better to stop it early than too late.
Yeah.
Jose Cobian very alertly, really looking into the eyes of the fighter.
Yeah.
And deciding that that was it.
That was an excellent call by the ref. I think that.
So Brandon Valdez now goes to 12-0 as he gets the knockdown in the 4th round. So an excellent job done right there by Brandon Valdez from Barranquilla, Colombia.
I'd like to add, Benny, he still hasn't fought anybody with a winning record, has Brandon Valdez, and I think he has the skills to go ahead and step up the competition.
And Kevin, here's some of the action here in the 4th and final round. Let's see if we find that shot. See, by then I thought he was already out on his feet.
Yeah, I think he was. His shot.
Yeah, we missed.
That was the shot to the ear.
Yeah, we missed the shot that did it.
Yeah, that wasn't the shot that did it. He was already stumbling by then. But a lot of credit to POOM. I mean, he stuck in there 4 rounds, and he was tough. He was outclassed. You know, didn't have as much skill as Valdez, but he still did a great job for what he had to offer.
He was getting hit with very hard shots from Brandon Valdez.
Brandon Valdez, who now prepares himself for that opportunity to go to the next level as he continues with his unbeaten record. Here's Pablo Flores.
Tiempo de 2 minutos 39 segundos en el cuarto asalto. We have the official time of 2 minutes 39 seconds in round number 4. Declared winner by the way of TKO victory. Su ganador por la vía del knockout técnico. ¡Qué berraca pelea! Barranquilla, Colombia. Brandon Valdez.
So you had have the official time as 2 minutes 39 seconds of
Y
round
también
number 4.
reconocimiento para su
Your
rival de
winner by
Empalme
knockout,
Sonora, José
it is
Eduardo.
Brendan Valdez, who now goes to 12-0 in his record. And he looks... Our next fight is going to be Daniel YOCUPICIO against Christian Thomas from Las Vegas. Christian Thomas 8-0. YOCUPICIO from Navajoa, Sonora. A veteran fighter. So we'll see on the part of Christian Thomas here from Las Vegas. And these are going to be in the light heavyweight division. And you know, Kevin and Chris, that's one thing, the light heavyweight division. You go to Europe, and boy, do you see some great fights at that light heavyweight division.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of contenders in that weight
Cruiserweights
class.
and light heavyweights.
Yeah. So they're bigger men. So you get the lighter weights over here in Mexico, Philippines, even on the west side of the U.S. You know, but you go to Europe and you get the heavy guys.
The light heavyweights in the heavyweight division, and they pack the arenas with those guys, and we are waiting for our principals to come into the ring here. Global Sports Streaming presenting Best on Boxing, and it is being shown on Fight Hub TV, and I hope you're enjoying the fight so far. We've given you a heavyweight encounter, a super featherweight. Our next division is going to be in the light heavyweight division. So stay right there. You should enjoy this next one. Christian Thomas, the unbeaten fighter from Las Vegas, taking on Daniel YOCUPICIO. And we are waiting now for our stage manager to give us the fight. So now let's get a chance to go ahead and talk to one of our main event fighter, Angel Viedas.
Quiero pelear contra él porque es un buen reto, es el campeón internacional de la WF y si le gano se me abren las puertas a mí. Así que para mí no puedo perder. Es una buena oportunidad y no soy viejo. Pues nunca he hablado mal de un peleador, pero por lo visto me respeta, así que eso es bueno. Esto es bueno que también me respete y que sabe que no va contra un costal o contra un peleador que se va a caer en el primero o segundo round. O sea, vengo preparado y pues vengo a dar batalla y quiero llevarme la pelea. Porque él es fajador. Bueno, también boxea, pero es fajador, va más hacia adelante y me gusta ese tipo de retos. No sé si está debajo de mi categoría o por mi categoría, pero eso siempre se sabe arriba del ring, porque arriba del ring nunca se sabe qué va a pasar. Así que para mí estamos en las mismas condiciones. Sí, creo que el público que vino en la pelea anterior va a venir a esta pelea, posiblemente más. Así que se espera un gran lleno de gente para esta pelea que me va a estar apoyando. Sí, yo con esta pelea estoy buscando un título o la oportunidad para un título que se me presente y pues estamos listos.
People just don't know what we go through. All the time away from family, hours of road work, fighting through the pain of training. We know people just don't understand how tough this life is. People ask me then, why do it? Simple. I want to be the best in boxing. Follow Best in Boxing on YouTube, where the future stars of boxing fight.
And now we are going to get our light heavyweight, and this is Daniel YOCUPICIO from Navajoa, Sonora. As he makes his way into the ring, he's going to be taking on Christian Thomas, the unbeaten fighter from Las Vegas, Nevada. YOCUPICIO weighed 180 pounds. Thomas at the weigh-in 178.5. So coming down from Las Vegas, where you get the dry temperature there, and here he coming minutes away. This is Christian Thomas, as he is waiting for his chance to go ahead and make his way into the ring here. And this is Christian Thomas. 8-0. As an amateur, he fought out of the state of Nevada. And now he gets a chance to go ahead and try in the professional division. Daniel YOCUPICIO, also a long amateur fight career here in Tijuana. So a chance for him to go ahead and get an opportunity. And we are ready for our 4-round light heavyweight.
Damas y
Here's
caballeros,
Pablo
Boristeca
Flores.
Boxing Promotions presenta el encuentro pactado a 4 rounds en la división de peso semi-completo. 4 rounds of boxing in the light heavyweight division. Your 3 judges scoring this bout in ringside. Sus 3 jueces: Carlos de la Rocha, Sergio Lechuga y Jesús González. Your referee in charge, su referee para este combate, el internacional José Cobian. Introducing to you first, the fighter in the blue corner, or in black trunks with white trim. He officially weighs in at 180 pounds. Presentando ustedes en la esquina azul, vistiendo pantaloncillo de color negro con blanco, con un peso de 180 libras. He stands with 57 professional bouts. Cuenta con 57 combates profesionales de Navojoa, Sonora. Daniel YOCUPICIO. And his opponent across the ring, standing in the red corner, or in blue trunks. He officially weighs in at 178.5 pounds. Y su rival en la esquina roja, vistiendo pantaloncillo de color azul con blanco, con un peso de 178.5 libras. He stands undefeated, with 8 victories against no losses. Cuenta un récord perfecto de 8 victorias y 0 derrotas. Hailing out of Las Vegas, Nevada, USA, Christian Thomas.
And now they will meet with referee Jose Cobian as he calls them to the center of the ring.
Man, Thomas looks like a very fit light heavyweight.
YOCUPICIO. And this is Christian Thomas, our man from Las Vegas. This is YOCUPICIO, Daniel. And then you get the final instruction by referee Jose Cobian. And we are ready. It is scheduled for 4 rounds in the light heavyweight division. Your principals, they are Daniel YOCUPICIO in the black trunks and Christian Thomas, the unbeaten fighter from Las Vegas, in the blue trunks. So we wait for the bell here. Jose Cobian, who works fights on both sides of the border. And we are ready. Scheduled for 4. YOCUPICIO and Thomas. And then Kevin already mentioned how fit Christian Thomas happens to look. So we'll see if he comes out working behind that jab and trying to load up with that right hand.
And YOCUPICIO, a very tough guy. 2010, he fought Jose Luis Castillo. 2012, he fought former world champion Jose Uzcategui. And in 2018, sparring partner to Canelo Alvarez, Ulises Sierra. So this guy's tough, man.
He's been there with some excellent fighters, and a chance now for Christian Thomas to test himself against the experience of Daniel YOCUPICIO.
And you said it, Benny, to test himself, because all 8 of Christian Thomas' opponents have a combined record of 0-25. So he hasn't faced an opponent with a win yet. YOCUPICIO has 6.
So this is a step up, you saying, huh?
Just the, the experience factor.
And of course, when you mention Jose Luis Castillo, I mean, to me, to this day, the best guy who's ever fought Floyd Mayweather, that's Castillo.
Yeah.
Castillo never tried to hit the head. He aimed for the shoulder and got what he got.
Yeah. A lot of people make that argument that Castillo won. But I'm going to go with the judges. Mayweather won.
And YOCUPICIO now trying to be a little bit more active.
Yeah, I think Thomas is not showing a lot of aggression. I think that's actually giving confidence to YOCUPICIO, especially after having been in the ring with world champions.
And you watch, what I see right here from Thomas right now is a fighter who fights, He punches
very
from the side. He doesn't
very
come
robotic,
directly.
very robotic, and you can see the mechanics aren't there. So maybe that's why he hasn't fought anybody with a ton of experience.
He loads up with those shots, and they come from the side to side, but that's not the power shot.
Yeah, it seems as though he's probably getting his amateur experience in the pros. So some guys take that route, is what I'm saying.
This is true.
He also doesn't look comfortable biting that mouthpiece because he's kind of gnawing on that mouthpiece.
Yeah, it looks a little big for him. Shout out to my guy, Mouthpiece Guy in Los Angeles, California. Look him up. Get yourself a good mouthpiece. Mouthpiece Guy. Instagram, Facebook.
And you can tell YOCUPICIO knows how to defend himself.
Yeah.
He knows when to lean. He knows when to bring those gloves up. So he knows.
That's a good combination by Thomas.
And that just goes with experience, Benny. Like the fact that he knows what to do. He sees the punches coming.
I think YOCUPICIO is like, hey, man, like, come on. I thought we were here for a fight.
Daniel YOCUPICIO, Christian Thomas. Now, I do not like the score of even round. I don't believe there's such a thing as even round.
There shouldn't be, yeah.
So you got to find something that's going to separate it. And I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go even with YOCUPICIO.
I gave it to Christian Thomas. I think he did enough.
You like punches that come from the side?
Yeah, but definitely YOCUPICIO really didn't do much.
Let's see if we can see some of these body shots here coming up, and see, maybe I'll change my mind after seeing this.
And they are like at a very weird angle from far away. Like if I'm teaching my kids how to fight, it's definitely not like that. You know, he needs to be a little tighter with those hooks.
So we'll see if in this second round of a scheduled 4-rounder in the light heavyweight division, Christian Thomas finally comes right down the pipe with some of those shots. YOCUPICIO, on the other hand, let's just hope that he's not in survival mode and actually brings the fight to Christian Thomas.
Just by his body language, Benny, I don't think he is. Look at the way he's moving his head. He's trying to charge forward, showing a little bit of strategy. Nice little feint.
Oh, wow.
He stepped on his foot. If we get a replay of this, you're going to see him stepping on his foot.
I think he stepped on his foot as well.
Yeah.
But a punch landed.
Yeah, a punch did land. Yeah. I mean, it kind of looked a little stiff, I suppose.
And now, all of a sudden, Christian Thomas is feeling it. And now, all of a sudden, Thomas is launching leather.
Oh, boy. That was a good right.
YOCUPICIO, though, still there.
That experience from YOCUPICIO, he slipped a lot of those shots.
Let's see if he had a strategy for not getting tired.
YOCUPICIO feinted like he was going to throw something and then didn't throw anything. So now let's see here. YOCUPICIO, if he can somehow survive this. Now you watch Thomas more than ever. He's practically opening up his whole mouth now with that mouthpiece. How much is that going to affect you, Chris, when the mouthpiece is that big?
Well, I mean, breathing and being able to control your breathing is a big part of this game. And if you have a big mouthpiece where you can't breathe correctly, you're going to be in trouble if the fight goes the distance.
And especially if they bust up his nose.
That too.
Well, Christian Thomas came out like a hurricane, and it's back down to a Category 1 storm now.
You know what, Betty? You keep coming with the jokes. You are a comedian. I want to let everybody know, okay? Because this is the third time in this broadcast, and we're not even halfway through, that you make me chuckle. It's chuckle funny. I got to tell you, it's chuckle funny. It's not laugh out loud funny. It's chuckle funny.
And Thomas, all of a sudden now, he heard me, so I think he's kind of kicking it up. And you see YOCUPICIO again, he is just staying in front of him, not throwing anything.
No, he's not.
I think that toughness of YOCUPICIO is going to get to Christian Thomas.
Jose Cobian took the worst of the shots. They should at least take that mouthpiece out. Let him breathe a little bit more. I worry about that. I really do. Look at him. He's trying to find a way to breathe.
He got about 50% of his air in. Oh, man, that is a huge that is a huge mouthpiece.
Let's watch some of the replay here in round number 2. And here it is. Watch the way can we get the foot? See, he did. There was no punch. He stepped on him.
Well, it was still a punch,
There was
too.
still a punch, Benny. There was
yeah.
still a punch.
Yeah.
But we need to see the camera angle from the top.
Is that what? Yeah, that's what we need.
Yeah, we need to see it from the top.
Yeah.
But there was a punch that landed, so, I mean.
He dropped pretty abruptly after the punch, though.
And here it is, round number 3 of a Schedule 4 rounder. This is light heavyweights. The unbeaten fighter from Las Vegas, that is Christian Thomas, with the big mouthpiece and blue trunks on. Daniel YOCUPICIO is wearing the black trunks with the white. YOCUPICIO, who has not thrown many punches in this fight. And you see Thomas all of a sudden not trying to load up, trying to find his range. I don't know if he's trying to shake the sweat off his gloves or he's asking him to come in.
And I think that's what Thomas needs to do right here is use his athleticism because he doesn't have that sound boxing ability, you know? I think he needs to use that athleticism that he has, and he looks a lot better doing that.
But if you watch YOCUPICIO, you know, Chris, it's not a hard target to hit.
No, he definitely isn't. I mean, he fought Jose Luis Castillo at 135 pounds, you know, so what are we here tonight? 180 pounds for YOCUPICIO, you know? So this guy's a journeyman, you know, he's definitely not doing the sit-ups, but, you know, he's tough, that's it. He's just a tough guy.
But Kevin, you get a fighter like Christian Thomas, you got to work on him coming down the pipe. And that is understanding that boxing is about timing. Timing the force coming in and then that force going out.
Yeah.
You're not going to create that force by coming from the side.
No, you know, they need to recreate his base. You know, his footwork is very unorthodox, and that's the reason he can't throw those punches. You can even see, like, he doesn't even twist his back foot. Like,
Well, just remember, folks, from the waist above, it's cosmetic. From the waist below, that's the franchise. You got to establish your franchise.
Nice. Well said, sir.
That's a little trick right there. Looked like he was going to ease up on him. And then YOCUPICIO has to understand that Thomas does not speak Spanish, so if you're going to urge him on.
Vamos.
Well, I think he used a universal language where he put his fist out and kind of encouraged him, you know? I think we all understand that, Benny.
And you right there, you watch Thomas trying to maneuver himself in such a way to establish his base of power. And there are 10 seconds left in this third round. We got one more to go.
Take a little action.
A lot of leather being launched, not a lot landed. And here he is again, trying to find air. He cannot get it through his mouth, but he's got it coming through his nose.
That's definitely a big mouthpiece. You know, it's not a very pitted one.
He got that mouthpiece from Andre the Giant. He's one of the few left over. I was with Andre the Giant once when he walked into the restaurant and he looked at the waiter and he said, "I'll take the menu." And the guy
Nice.
brings in the menu. He said, no, I'll take the menu,
The
everything
menu.
on the menu.
I believe it, man. I saw the documentary. I saw how much he drank, how many bottles of wine he drank a night. It was insane.
And
So
that was the
just
exchange.
Imagine the food.
Yeah, that was the exchange right there, right before the end of the third round. This is the fourth and final round.
But like you said, not much landed. A lot of strikes.
You know, they tried to touch gloves, and even then they missed. So this is the fourth and final round. Christian Thomas and Daniel YOCUPICIO. YOCUPICIO's got on the black trunks. Christian Thomas in the blue.
A little showboating from YOCUPICIO. Okay.
You trying to do a Kevin Ollie there. And all of a sudden, YOCUPICIO is feeling like he wants to do some punching here. Thomas, who's just refuses to use the jab. And that's right there. But see, it's a pawing jab is what it is.
His back foot comes off the mat every time he throws the jab, and that he feels uncomfortable. That's why he doesn't throw it. He's unbalanced.
Instead of bouncing on the balls of his feet with both.
Exactly. He should be pressing off the back foot, not lifting it in the air.
Inside right there, trying to do a little work. Boy, good job by our camera people, but I felt the punch right there. And still, Christian Thomas not finding the right rhythm. And you know, Kevin explained that too, about the rhythm of a fighter that he has to find during a fight.
I mean, it's extremely important because that's where your fatigue will either kick in faster or kind of go slow. You know, so if you don't find your rhythm, then you will tire quick. And also, you know, your punching accuracy will go down too as well. You know, if you don't really find a good rhythm. Like you said, he didn't really find a good rhythm in this fight. I think it's largely because of his footwork, and I think that they should definitely, after this fight, kind of revisit that and just work on some of the basics.
He's a willing fighter, but he's a work in project. A work in progress here, and let's see what he was able to do down the line as we see him again.
Yeah, because I mean, Christian Vázquez, he turns 35 this year. He's only has 8 fights. I'd like to know when he started boxing because, like Kevin mentioned earlier, it doesn't seem natural. It doesn't seem like all these movements are natural. Like, you know, when he pivots, when he throws his left hook, pivots when he throws his right. It's very stiff. You know, so I'd like to know when he started boxing.
YOCUPICIO now receiving some of those shots. I'll tell you what, though, YOCUPICIO's got the dirtiest look in the business. Look at him. He looks like a pit bull.
Yeah, he does.
He looks like he hasn't been fed in weeks.
Sad dog.
That's not what his belly says, Benny. That's not what his belly says. The face may say it, not the belly.
And now the two fighters come together right there, congratulate each other.
That's excellent.
He's trying to rough him up.
I know. What was going on just now?
Let's watch YOCUPICIO here. Hey, Chris, take it right here. This is YOCUPICIO against the ropes here.
And just egging him on, you know, trying to get Christian Thomas to open up, you know, so he can counter. Because there's really not much else YOCUPICIO could have done in this boxing match.
And you see both fighters right there just... So we are ready. Let's get the official decision here from Pablo Flores, our ring announcer.
And ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of boxing, we now have the judges' scorecards. Después de 4 rounds de combate, tenemos la decisión de los jueces. Los 3 jueces coinciden en números 40 a 35. All 3 judges, Carlos de la Rocha, Sergio Lechuga, and Jesus Gonzalez, have the same scores of 40 to 35. For your winner by the way of unanimous decision, su ganador por la vía de la decisión unánime. From Las Vegas, Nevada, USA, Christian Thomas.
And it is a unanimous decision for Christian Thomas. He now goes to 9-0. And Kevin, it is safe to say he is a work in progress. And he's got to work, like you said, on his footwork and also leverage on his punches on how to turn that and actually snap it.
Yeah. He did not turn into his punches whatsoever. He threw it like it was just a straight jab, even his right hand. So, yeah, I would definitely like to see him again. He looks like he has a fighter's heart. You know, he just needs to work on his skill set, and I'm sure, you know, he'll be a much better fighter.
And probably, Chris, the most important thing, he needs to get a mouth guard that fits him.
Yeah,
I think if he gets a mouth guard, then I think we're on our way. But it definitely made it tough.
He had a hard time breathing, yeah.
And you see right there, Christian Thomas embracing Jose Cobian. Jose Cobian did not look totally comfortable after he was hugging him on there. But again, this is part of boxing. Global sports streaming presenting Best in Boxing. And we are going to wait for our next fight. It should be YAHIR Mendoza from Navojoa, Sonora, taking on Kevin Torres. And in Tijuana tonight, to show you what kind of a boxing town is, there's 3 other big cards in the city of Tijuana tonight. So it is definitely a very active place. And of course, Chris, you've been here and you fought here in Tijuana a number of times.
Yeah, 2 times to be exact, in my very long 13-year professional career. And there's always people that come out. It's a very tight boxing community is Tijuana.
So our next fight is going to be in the welterweight division. This is YAHIR Mendoza. And now we're going to be ready now for Kevin Torres from Bellingham, Washington, 11-1-1. Here he is, he had to drop 10 pounds, and here he is. Now, how does that affect him to drop 10 pounds in a week? I'll start with you, Chris.
Well, hopefully Kevin was in shape. I don't think his camp would have took it if he wasn't in shape. I believe they were getting ready for something else. This came up. You know, 10 pounds is 10 pounds. It is hard, it is difficult, but not when you're in shape and not when you're such a young, strong guy such as Kevin Torres.
How about you, Kevin? What do you think? Dropping 10 pounds?
Yeah, once again, I agree with Martin. I think that, Chris, sorry, but yeah, I think that if you, you know, are in shape, you know, and your body is already accustomed to dropping that weight, it shouldn't be a big deal.
There is Kevin Torres, Jose Cobian talking to him. And we are going to go to Pablo Flores, our ring announcer, for the official introduction.
Presentan este encuentro pactado a 6 rounds en la división de peso welter. 6 rounds of boxing in the welterweight division. Here are 3 judges scoring this bout in ringside. Sus 3 jueces: Sergio Lechuga, Jesus González y Carlos de la Rocha. And your referee in charge, su referee para ese combate, el internacional Jose Cobian. Introducing the fighter, standing in the red corner, wearing black trunks with silver trim. He officially weighs in at 147 pounds. Presentando ustedes en la esquina roja, vistiendo pantaloncillo en color
we got a little short malfunction, and
con un peso de
he is being attended
147
to by
libras. Cuenta con 3 combates
Jose
profesionales.
Eduardo Puma was
He stands
actually
with 3
helping him with
professional
that.
bouts. From Navojoa, Sonora, YAHIR Mendoza. And his opponent across the ring in the blue corner, wearing black and green. He officially weighs in at 144.5 pounds. Y su rival en la esquina azul, vistiendo pantaloncillo en color negro con verde, con un peso de 144.5 libras. He stands with a record of 11 victories, 1 defeat, 1 draw, and 7 of those wins coming by the fast way of knockout. Presenta un récord de 11 victorias, 1 derrota, 1 empate y 7 de esas victorias por la vía del knockout. Hailing out of Bellingham, Washington, representing House of Boxing, San Diego, California, y del puerto, la perla del Pacífico, Mazatlán, Sinaloa, the Diamond Boy, Kevin Torres. And here it is with the final instructions. Con las indicaciones finales del referee José Coria.
Thank you, Pablo. Now we're going to get the final instructions from Jose Cobian, our referee, and our principal. YAHIR Mendoza taking on Kevin Torres. Kevin Torres, 11-1-1, trains out of the House of Boxing. And Kevin Torres, from what I've seen before, Kevin, very stiff type of a fighter. You can tell. Highly strung. He doesn't appear to be a totally relaxed type of fighter. Let's see if he's changed that.
Yeah, it's only one way to find out.
YAHIR Mendoza in the red trunks. Kevin Torres in the black with the lime green stripes along the side. And YAHIR Mendoza right away shows you he is willing to exchange. And we talked about the weight that Kevin Torres had to drop to take this fight. Let's see if that takes its toll around the second, third, and fourth round.
We might not get there, Benny. One thing you mentioned is the fact that Kevin Torres is, not very movement-oriented, but the reason why is because he packs a punch. He's very compact, so when he does throw and he does land, it's going to hurt.
And that's what he's trying to do, load up on some shots against YAHIR Mendoza. This is scheduled for 6 rounds. It's in the welterweight division. Mendoza weighing 147, Torres 144.5. Boy, I like the way Torres goes to the body. He goes there with reckless abandon.
His body punches is excellent.
He looks like he's a DMV officer trying to get that organism donated. Loading up on that. Torres backs away.
I'm going to tell you the truth, Benny. That's the first joke that missed the mark tonight.
That wasn't a joke. That was just a description of his work. YAHIR is showing he is one tough guy.
Oh, goodness. That was a very good left hook to the body by Kevin Torres.
But look at the way YAHIR, though, is right there. Mendoza is right there. Left hand by Mendoza surprises Torres.
Good little combo there by Torres. Excuse me, by YAHIR Mendoza. Apologize.
YAHIR. So let's see what kind of shape he's in this for this fight.
Yeah, see what kind of shape he's in because he's got a good boxing IQ. I see it. He's got good movement. He's got good combinations. But what type of shape is he? I know Kevin Torres took it on short notice. Maybe YAHIR Mendoza did too.
And all of a sudden now the body shots by Torres. It appears to be slowing down the legs of Mendoza.
And
good right hand by Mendoza.
That was a good uppercut by Mendoza.
It was a good uppercut.
Torres took it well.
Now, for a lot of these fighters like Mendoza, it is not a full-time job. They have to have other jobs, so therefore they're not able to train probably like they would want to train. But you're right, he does have that good boxing IQ, and he appears to be moving pretty well with it.
Yeah, we definitely don't know Mendoza's backstory, but, you can't see his physique, but as far as his boxing skills, they're there.
And he doesn't even seem to be breathing, so he appears to be in pretty good shape. Round number 2 coming up of a scheduled 6-rounder in the welterweight division. Here's some of the action in round number 1, the opening round exchange right here. And you see right there in that managing that distance, Torres doing a good job.
No, Torres is doing an excellent job with distance on this one. And actually, he wants to be the aggression in this particular fight, so he's doing an excellent job getting on the middle. Or the inside, I should say.
It is round number 2 coming up of a scheduled 6-rounder in the welterweight division. Our referee, Jose Cobian. Our principals, Kevin Torres in the black and lime green. YAHIR Mendoza has got on the red trunks and the camouflage stripes.
Great overhand right.
Camouflage stripes that you really can't see very well, but I just kind of guessed. Torres trying to close that distance. You know, I have a camouflage shirt. I put it in my closet and I can't find it.
You know, looking at Torres in this particular fight,
he's switching to a southpaw here.
Hey, there we go. I mean, like I said, I mean, he's probably been practicing it. He's probably one of the fighters that, you know, wants to be able to be ambidextrous, you know, and.
But see how he doesn't totally balance when he goes to that southpaw stance?
No, not at all. He even just do a wide white
turn back.
left.
That's what he needs to
left
do.
hook.
So you watch right there, and again, do you agree with that for him to try to go and switch to southpaw?
To be quite honest, I've seen a few fights back-to-back for Torres, and I still feel like he's finding himself as a fighter, his particular style and what he wants to settle in, because he has, I believe he has knockout power. So does he become, you know, more of just a power puncher? But tonight he's showing like a lot of boxing skill, you know, so does he become, you know, does he want to kind of mix the two? I think he's still trying to figure out what he wants to do. So I think
one thing I'd recommend for Kevin Torres is to watch something like Canelo. I think he has a very similar style.
I agree.
You know, he's kind of stocky for the division. He's able to move his head. Look at how he's doing it right now, evading punches and being able to come back. So just watch Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez is one of the best in the game right now, and if you can be anywhere near him, you know,
well, I think
emulate him.
The impressive thing about Canelo is how he has improved.
Yeah,
It seems like
absolutely.
every fighter, he's doing something a little bit better, a little bit better.
Yeah.
And just when you think, okay, well, he can't defend against his kids, and then all of a sudden you see him in the next fight, and yeah, he can defend against that.
And you know why? You know why? It's because of the quality of opponents that he's facing. You know, that is where you learn the most, you know, in terms of who you're facing. And that's why Canelo's grown.
Absolutely. I think Canelo has faced, you know, probably the best opposition of any active fighter right now.
Torres now starting to load up with some of those shots, and he's starting to feel it. And he's starting to position his opponent where he wants him. And round number 2 is in the books. And that is another Kevin Torres round as he goes to his corner, and the people there from the House of Boxing who are going to tend to him. This is YAHIR Mendoza from Navojoa, Sonora. And a part of Kevin Torres in his corner there are the Vargas. The Vargas family there tending to him. How often do you see him? How often do you see Kevin Torres?
I'm sorry?
How often do you see Kevin Torres in the gym?
Well, I'm not part of his gym, but I do see him at his fights. But I don't see him that often in terms of a daily thing.
And there's a right hand. Torres landing one right hand, but again, YAHIR Mendoza very astute in his way of stepping right in there and coming back and launching some shots himself. This is round number 4. No, I'm sorry, it's round number 3. Round number 3. And good uppercut right there by Kevin Torres.
I like the durability here by YAHIR Mendoza. You know, the 0-3 record definitely does not say what he is. He's a good quality fighter, man.
And you know, he's got a better defense than you think he does too, because he does those little subtle things to be out of the range of Kevin Torres.
Yeah, I agree.
He's got good boxing skills. He just doesn't have the body makeup. You know, that'll say, oh, you walk down the street, that guy's not a boxer. You know, but you get in the ring with him, yeah, he is.
Some people just naturally have a knack for, you know, just the movement, you know, of a fighter. You know, it looks like he has it.
And all of a sudden now, Mendoza being much more active in the red trunks. Kevin Torres. Trying to work the head exclusively of Mendoza. And now he goes to the body. And you can see the problems Mendoza gives him there, Kevin, because you watch, his shoulder is too squared on the part of Kevin Torres. Really a square shoulder fighter.
Yeah, that takes away from him being able to be fluid and give those counter punches that he needs to give in those particular exchanges.
Now we see him as a southpaw. Okay, Chris, take it right there though. See, as a southpaw, you think he's slowed down?
He's a little bit awkward, but he's doing it well. I'm sure he's practiced it in the gym, or else he wouldn't be feeling comfortable to do it in the fight. You know, and he's doing it good right now. He's got. That's how you learn. You know, you try things in the fight. Is this gonna work? Okay, it worked. It didn't work? Okay.
It's trial and error. YAHIR Mendoza in the Rex. All of a sudden, he's been the recipient of some brutal shots by Kevin Torres.
That just reminds me right now. You saying so? Me, in my experience, you know, I fought Luis Del Valle. He handed me my second professional loss, and I remember I was hitting him so easily throughout the fight. At one point, I said, you know what? I'm going to turn southpaw. I turned southpaw, and I did it consistently throughout the round. And towards the end of the round, he caught me with a solid left hook.
I knew eventually I'd get that out of him, you know that?
And asked me if I'd ever turn southpaw in a fight again. No, the answer is no. So I learned there, okay, I can't do it well. So don't turn. So maybe one day, Kevin Torres is going to learn that, or he's going to get really good and not have that happen to him, you know?
Yeah.
So that happened to me. My experience, I'm never doing that again.
Kevin, did you ever do it?
Yeah, I've switched southpaw a few times. I was actually pretty good at it, to be quiet. But I used to train for it ever since I was a teenager. So, you know, I always wanted to be able to switch left or right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once again, did Kevin Torres train for it a little bit more? Most likely.
And here we go. Watch this uppercut here by Kevin Torres. There's the upper. With the left hand.
With the left hand from the southpaw position. So that's good, man.
Yeah, you can see a little delay on it, though, and that probably is because it's not his natural position. But
yeah.
Overall, I think he's doing a pretty good job, southpaw, quite honestly.
But as a kicker in the NFL, Chris, I never tried to kick left-footed.
Okay, there you go.
I never tried to kick left-footed.
Perfect example.
I don't think you guys got any brownie points to try. Like, they just want you to make it, right?
Let's see if it is a 4-round fight, and we'll get this thing. Yeah, Jose Cobian thinking it's a 4. It is a 6-rounder in the welterweight division. Kevin Torres picking it up. And again, Kevin, this is about the time when a guy who's dropped 10 pounds in 1 week is going to start feeling it.
Yeah, around about the middle of the fight, I think it'll be. But once again, you know, it just depends on how conditioned you have been, you know, and I think Kevin stays in the gym, so he's not slowing down, that's for sure.
I have to reiterate the fact that Kevin is a young guy. If he was an older guy with old legs, then yes. But Benny, he's a young kid, and he's getting stronger as the fight goes on. You know, to me, he's throwing harder punches.
Being very active is Kevin Torres. Torres trying to land that right hand. And you know, Kevin, he's doing a better job of creating punching angles. Now he's leaning to one side and coming up. See right there? Steps to his left and then throws that left hook to the body.
Yes, he did. He is. Putting a little more velocity on his punches.
And this is one thing, you know what, I was touching on the subject, you know, I recently opened a gym, Benny, and I was touching on the subject with some kids that I've been training. You either have a six-pack as a boxer like Kevin Torres right now, or you have a keg like Yair Mendoza, because he's taking solid shots to the body and he has not folded.
Torres trying to find it. Now all of a sudden now, Mendoza tapping on that keg and delivering a couple right hands. Both of them missing right there. Mendoza now trying to close that space.
That was actually a really good body punch right there.
Doing great body work.
He keeps going to Yair Mendoza's body and you don't see it. You don't see it on Mendoza's body language that it's hurting him.
And now all of a sudden, Torres now trying to load up with that right hand. And goes to the body again, but again, Mendoza still right there, no problem at all.
Maybe he's just a glutton for punishment because he's been taking some big shots, especially to the body in this fight.
Yeah. I think it must be a little frustrating for Kevin Torres, the fact that, you know, Mendoza's taking all his shots and still there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it seems like every time Torres hits that body, it takes a while for it to get his hand out of there.
Sinks in a little bit.
Good left hand right there by Torres from a close distance.
Good shot.
I think they think the fight is over. No. They're a little shocked right there that it's not. So it is scheduled for 6 rounds, folks?
Yeah, I think they thought the fight was over. Yeah, I think they thought the fight was over. His coach was about to take his gloves off.
And again, from the House of Boxing, Yair Mendoza asking the referee, is it over? We'll get some of the replay there from the 4th round. Here is Yair Mendoza. Feints right there and misses. And now he finds a left ear. And a big right hand by Mendoza. Round number 5 of a scheduled 6-rounder. Your principals in the ring, they are Kevin Torres in the black and the lime green, taking on Yair Mendoza in the red trunks and the camouflage stripes. And you see all of a sudden now Torres loading up and digging that body. And that hurt.
Yeah, that was solid. That was solid.
So he's grimacing in pain, yeah. He's hurting.
And you know, you can always tell that delayed response when you take it in the solar plexus.
Yes. Kevin needs to jump on him.
That's
there
it.
It is.
That's it. That's it. Jose Cobian stops it, and Kevin Torres now goes to 12. 1-1 in his record. Took the fight on a 1 week's notice. And like we said, he was in great shape. Had to drop 10 pounds, but he was in great shape. And comes out here and slugs it out, mixes it up, attacking the body and the head, and gets the win. Yair Mendoza, a valiant effort, gave it everything he had, took it while he could, but finally it was too much. So Kevin Torres, the body attack, paid off. And this is a young fighter, you mentioned, Chris, so he's still a learning experience for him every time he gets in the ring.
Yeah, absolutely. So here in his last fight, he got a quick TKO victory in his comeback fight after his first loss. But in this one, he had to work for it, Benny. And I think that's what he needed. He needed the rounds.
Let's take a look at his body work right here and watch him dig that body. That's the one. Watch the delayed response. And another one. And that was about the time when all of a sudden the organisms inside that body, or as Chris Martin described it, inside the keg, finally felt it right there. And there he is, Yahir Mendoza.
He's still feeling it right now.
Yeah. How long is he going to feel that for?
Just get a couple beers in him, he'll be fine after this.
Fill up the tank, huh?
Yeah.
Here we go. And here is Pablo Flores with the official time of the
Damas y
knockout.
caballeros, este combate concluye con un tiempo de 46 segundos en el sexto asalto. We
performance by
have the
Kevin
official time of
Torres.
46 seconds into round number 6. Declaring your winner by the way of KO victory. Su ganador por la vía del knockout Bellingham, Washington, House of Boxing San Diego, and Mazatlán, Sinaloa. The Diamond Boy, Kevin Torres.
So Kevin Torres now ups his record to 12 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. And like you said, Chris, he had a short fight last time, so this time he got to get in some rounds.
Yeah, he definitely had to work for it today. Yahir Mendoza was game despite the 0-3 record. You know, he really was a good fighter, man. He'd give anybody trouble.
And again, that's the thing I always ask myself. Can you imagine if a guy like Yahir Mendoza really had the time to dedicate himself to boxing? Because some of these guys work 3 and 4 jobs.
Yeah.
And then they try to find the time to get in the ring.
Absolutely.
So Kevin Torres gets that win. He trains at the House of Boxing here in San Diego. Came down from, and we see some of the beautiful girls here in Tijuana who let us know and help us out by letting us know what round it is. There they are. And you know it's a great, great fight when the fighter on his face has more stitches than the ring card girl's got in her outfit. That's when you know it's a great fight.
Well said, Benny. Well said.
Global Sports Streaming, presenting Best in Boxing. And tonight we are at the Big Punch Arena in Tijuana, Baja California. A place where they love boxing and people come out to support it. A lot of boxing gyms in Tijuana. And at one time, top 10 fighters in Tijuana were all over the place. Top 10 in the world. And it seemed like if you really wanted, now when you were training, Chris, and especially at your weight, it's pretty easy to find good quality opponents here to spar with, right?
Oh, definitely. Here in right before turning professional, I sparred a lot here in Tijuana at Azteca Boxing Gym and Colonia Independencia. I mentioned them because they helped me a lot at the beginning of my career. I pay homage to them by naming my boxing gym in San Diego that, Azteca San Diego Boxing Club, and because they helped me so much at the beginning of my career.
And of
Lots
course,
of good
in your
fighters.
particular weight, Kevin Ollie, at 150, junior middleweight, it's a little bit tougher to find opponents down here.
Yeah, it is a little bit tougher to find opponents. I never really got the quality of opponents I really wanted, but at the end of the day, they come tough, and you know that for sure, regardless. So,
absolutely, that's one thing you can say about Tijuana is the fighters come tough.
This is going to be in the bantamweight division. It's going to be 6-rounder. Jose Maria Carrillo and Eduardo Lopez from Rosarito, Baja California. And we're waiting for the entrance of Eduardo Lopez. Jose Maria Carrillo is already in the ring. He weighed in 118 pounds. Eduardo Lopez also at 118 pounds. And here we go. And coming out here dressed in his mariachi hat, wearing the colors of Mexico, is Eduardo Lopez, the unbeaten fighter from Rosarito, Baja California. Jose Maria Carrillo is also unbeaten, 6-0-1 from Manteca. As the mariachis make their way into the ring for this fight. The festive night here in Tijuana. as the mariachis make their way into the ring. Mariachi de Mexico. Here's the official announcement from Pablo Flores.
Damas y caballeros, Boristeca Boxing Promotions presentan este encuentro pactado a 6 rounds en la división de peso gallo. Let's get ready for 6 rounds of boxing in the bantamweight division. Your 3 judges scoring this bout in ringside. Sus 3 jueces, Sergio Lechuga, Jesús González y Carlos de la Rocha. And your 3rd man inside the ring, el tercero en la superficie, el internacional José Cobian. Introducing to you first the fighter standing in the blue corner. Wearing black trunks with green trim. He officially weighs in at 118 pounds. Presentando ustedes en la esquina azul, vistiendo pantaloncillo negro con verde, con un peso de 118 libras. He stands with a record of 4 victories, no defeats, and 3 of his victories coming by the fast way of knockout. Presenta un récord de 4 victorias, 0 derrotas y 3 de esas victorias por la vía del knockout. Del Team Paco Cuesta de Rosarito, Eduardo López. And his opponent across the ring is standing in the red corner wearing black and white. He officially weighs in at 118.8 pounds. Y su rival en la esquina roja, vistiendo pantaloncillo en color negro con blanco y las banderas de Estados Unidos y México en los costados. Presenta un récord de 6 victorias, 0 derrotas y 6 de esas victorias por la vía del knockout. He stands with a record of 6 victories, no defeats, 1 draw, and all of his victories coming by the fast way of knockout. Representando Manteca, California, Estados Unidos, José María Carrillo. 6 rounds, 6 asaltos.
This is going to be in the bantamweight division. Jose Cobian giving the final instructions.
Deportivamente vienen con la campana. Mouthpiece in seconds out. Fuera segundos.
And Jose Maria Carrillo taking on Eduardo Lopez. Jose Maria Carrillo has on the black trunks and he's got the green belt. Carrillo has the all black trunks, black belt, and he's got the Mexican flag along the side of his trunks. It is scheduled for 6 rounds in the bantamweight division. Both fighters weighing in at 118 pounds. Carrillo in the all black trunks, and he's got the Mexican and the American flag along the side of his trunks. On the part of Eduardo Lopez, he has on the green belt. And I think this is going to be the fight of the night, folks.
Just looks like it might be.
Yeah, 2 young guys. Jose Maria Carrillo, still very young, still learning.
On both fighters unbeaten. Carrillo has a draw. A good right hand right there by Lopez.
By Lopez. Excellent.
Excellent timing. Timed that out beautiful. Got Jose Maria Carrillo to lean, and he gave that right hand. And you can see the difference just in the conditioning and the steps, the footwork. These are 2 well-polished fighters who are really going to let it go.
Big left hand just now by Carrillo.
Good hook to the body by Carrillo. Again, putting that pressure on Eduardo Lopez.
Good, a big right hand by Carrillo.
I would not be surprised if somebody got knocked out cold in this fight.
Carrillo doing a great job of imposing his will on Eduardo Lopez and placing him where he wants him.
And you mentioned, Kevin, these guys are throwing heavy leathers. They are lighter weights, but I mean, that's why we have weight classes, you know. They pack the punch to knock each other out.
And all of a sudden, Lopez starting to up his workload.
Looks like Lopez is fighting with a chip on his shoulder. He's like, man, you guys called me in here to fight me the B side, I'm the A side.
Jose Maria Carrillo doing a good job of backing up Eduardo Lopez. You see that Lopez is more comfortable going back and then mounting an attack.
Yes, absolutely.
But the problem with that style is you wonder how the judges look at that as far as, is that effective aggression?
Very good shot right now. Left hook by Carrillo.
Carrillo's got a good jab too, very precise and very, very sharp. A jagged jab.
Yeah, one thing I don't like though, Ben, he's leaving himself open a lot. Lopez, he isn't throwing anything for a little bit though, so.
And as you say that, all of a sudden Carrillo caught one in the chin.
So that's the problem right there that you mentioned, Kevin, is the fact that his hands are down. So he's throwing with his hands down.
Yeah.
Carrillo relies a lot on his footwork.
Yeah.
So he's able to get out in time. Right there at the end, he wasn't able to get out in time with his legs, and he got caught with the shot.
You know, there's an expression throwing caution to the wind, and you can see that when Jose Maria Carrillo comes in, he comes in with bad intentions.
Very much so.
Doesn't think of the consequences.
No, not at all, not at all. I mean, I would like to see them both box a little bit more. We both seen that they could both slug and be true warriors, but let's see a boxing match. I think they both have it in them.
But you know, Kevin, you spotted something in that round, and that is the part of Jose Maria Carrillo. Even though he was getting his way in the way he was fighting, you could tell that head was not being covered.
No, not at all. I mean,
watch this shot. Watch this shot here. Being patient. See how his head is totally exposed.
Every single last punch, he never brought it back. He never brought it back. That's a knockout waiting to happen.
But once again, guys, he uses his legs to get out of the way.
Round number 2, I'm sorry if it's scheduled. Let me just set it here. Jose Maria Carrillo, he is wearing the black trunks with the American flag and the Mexican flag along the side. Eduardo Lopez from Rosarito, he's got on the green belt.
Is it something that I would coach my kids, what I would coach my guys? No, but it works for him. He's able to do it. Jose Maria Carrillo is able to use his legs, you know, and it's comfortable enough.
It's not so much that you know, he's throwing and like he's keeping. I just think that it's a habit more so than a strategy. Because you know, even Floyd wouldn't bring his hands up all the time, but he knew when he needed to bring his hands up.
It's absolutely a habit. I understand that, but he's been able to get away with it. He's undefeated. He's 6-0. And once again, he's been able to get away with it. You know, can Eduardo Lopez capitalize on that mistake by Jose Maria Carrillo? Who knows? That's why we're here to find out.
Carrillo doing a good job now, mixing it up and getting out of it. He's able to measure. I tell you what, great anticipation, almost like he feels the punch by Lopez and just gets out of harm's way.
He has a very good understanding of distance. See that? He lands his shot, he knows it's coming, and he takes a slight step back. Once again, I wouldn't teach it, but with someone's natural ability like that, I wouldn't go against it if he can do it.
That was nice work right there by Jose Maria Carrillo. Doubling up on those shots and throwing nice combinations.
Nice left hooks to the body by Carrillo.
And that's a pro move right there, Kevin, because he's using his shoulder.
Yes, absolutely. You know, that looks very good. He's pushing off with his shoulder, creating a little distance, and throwing some good punches on the inside.
Making Lopez uncomfortable with that shoulder bump.
Yeah, he's very comfortable right there. He's very comfortable. And he's getting some good effective punches off as well.
And of course, one of the great fights I saw, and I got to announce, was the time between Julio Cesar Chavez against and I'll come back to that because I want to show something. Watch what he does with the left hand as far as Carrillo. He almost hides it and then brings it around.
Yeah, it's like he's poking him with the jab, so he'll fake the jab and then come around with the hook. So he's expecting it from the front, and it comes from the side.
I like working that shoulder. Referee Jose Cobian letting him work that shoulder.
He has an excellent work rate. His work rate is sky high. Lopez cannot keep up with his work rate.
Ah, folks, you're gonna love this. This is gonna be the fight of the night.
So you guys predicted
He
it
ended
at
that
the
fight like it
beginning.
never even started. He ended that round. I'm so sorry. Like it never
You guys
started.
predicted it at the beginning, and it's held up. You know, this is a very good fight through 2 rounds. You know, and I expect it to get better, despite the little mishap there in the corner.
The most dangerous part was the corner right there. He almost fell out of his stool.
He got knocked out of his corner.
Now watch this excellent exchange between these two fighters. You got a very game Eduardo Lopez and a very skilled Jose Maria Carrillo. And here you go. Kevin, that's good work right there inside.
Yeah, very good work. He got some good punches off there, clean punches. He's doing a good job.
And you mentioned, Chris, about his legs. His legs, although we can't see it, you can just see that bounce that he's got in those legs.
Yes, so look how he punches, and whenever Eduardo Lopez is ready to throw, Carrillo's already out of there. Reminds me of a very good former champion, Chris Martin.
Chris Martin. Is that Chris or Christopher? Here we go. Jose Maria Carrillo, he's got on the black trunks with the American flag and the Mexican flag along the side. Eduardo Lopez has on the black trunks with the green belt. Carrillo, who's had a brilliant night. Mixing up his punches, using his legs, getting out of harm's way, using his shoulders when he gets inside. Lopez has had his moments too, but not nearly as accurate as Jose Maria Carrillo.
I think Carrillo is frustrating Lopez by the way he just keeps touching him. He keeps touching him over and over.
And Lopez now is starting to load up his workforce, is now trying to come with punches. Jose Cobian urging Lopez to elevate those punches. And now you see Carrillo switch to southpaw. Here's a famous Chris Martin move right here.
Let's hope it don't turn out the same.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Let's hope it doesn't turn out the same.
And he's
Right.
getting hit. Look at that.
he's getting
That's
hit big
another
time.
one.
He's staying there.
So he needs to go back to being orthodox.
Oh, look at that.
Because it's not working out for him.
No,
He
it's
needs to
not working
realize
out
it. I
already.
think he just did, and he's back. He's back to his normal game plan.
And now Carrillo goes back to work. Lopez has used a lot of energy in this round. Nice job by Carrillo here, really working that body.
Very.
Giving him all kinds of punching angles, mixing it up beautifully. Jose Maria Carrillo.
As a boxing fan, this is why we love the lower weight classes. This is why we love the bantamweights, the featherweights, the lightweights. These guys throw.
The only place these guys save is at the bank. They bring it here and they bring it again and again. Jose Maria Carrillo has Eduardo Lopez against the rope, and watch him use that shoulder. That is a veteran move.
And he's making Lopez uncomfortable right there in the corner. Just with that veteran move that you mentioned, Benny.
Carrillo not slowing down at all.
No, not at all. He's a workhorse.
Bringing it time and time again.
And there he goes, turning southpaw again, and this time it's working for him.
And both fighters now letting it go. But again, now you're switching to a southpaw and he seems lethargic.
That was an excellent round. By both fighters, that was an excellent round.
That's definitely one of the
Eduardo
best rounds we've
Lopez,
seen.
Jose Maria Carrillo.
Man, I tell you what, I haven't seen a guy with this type of endurance in a long time. This was his punch rate is sky high.
Okay, so Chris, if you had to beat CompuBox, how many punches do you think you threw in that round?
100 each.
100 each?
Connected 90.
What do you think, Kevin?
I think Carrillo, I think he threw, yeah, I would give him about 100, maybe a little over, but probably give Lopez around 75 to 80.
Now watch this exchange. Count the punches, folks. Oh, this is when he switches to southpaw. Watch him get tagged here. just not able to land. And look at that. He
Oh,
got
yeah,
tagged
big.
twice.
Yeah. I believe this was a sequence when he went back. He turned back around to orthodox because it wasn't working.
So this is round number 4 of a scheduled 6-rounder. Jose Maria Carrillo. He is wearing the black trunks with the Mexican flag and the American flag along the side. Eduardo Lopez in black and green. So far, it has been a Jose Maria Carrillo fight. Lopez has had his moments, but Carrillo has been absolutely brilliant, except when he turns to southpaw.
I like the energy and leg work from Carrillo. I like it.
Well, you can tell he has put time in the gym, and he comes ready to fight and really ready to let it go. Both of these fighters are unbeaten. Jose Maria Carrillo 6-0 and 1 draw. Eduardo Lopez 3-0. Both of them having their moments. And you know this is a good fight when you've barely seen Jose Cobian. These guys have mostly been throwing leather. They have not clinched. They have not held each other. They are throwing punches.
It's definitely a good thing when you don't see the referee, Benny. It's always a good thing. And Mr. Cobian has always done a good job with that. Like you mentioned earlier, he works fights here in Tijuana, and he works fights in California.
Jose Maria Carrillo, Kevin, really using his legs beautifully.
Very much so. I agree. This is a good game fight, to be quite honest with you. I think this is a nice, even fight, and I still think Lopez could come out strong if he has to switch up his strategy a little bit more right now, though, because he's really trying to throw bombs and look for openings, but he has to create his openings at this point.
There's a saying in boxing, the hardest thing to go is your O, and both of these guys are fighting like it. You guys said it was going to be the fight of the night. So far, it has been.
And Jose Maria Carrillo, one of the things that he does so well is he throws punches from a multitude of angles. So Lopez is never able to set his feet, his base of power, to counter properly.
It's that leg movement that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah. But see, look at that. That shot came from above, and then it came down low. Lopez gets a feeling he's fighting an octopus, because they're coming from so many different angles as Jose Maria Carrillo.
He's got a lightning fast, man.
You know, it's interesting, Kevin. It seemed like that head was there, but then, like what Chris pointed out, he uses his feet so well, you're not able to get to it. Lopez trying to get it, and both of them now loading up and letting it go. Oh, that was beautiful.
That was excellent.
Boy, I'd like to see this for 10 rounds. A 10-rounder would be really something.
We're only scheduled for 6,
fight right here.
But yeah, I would love to see it for 10, even 12, man. These guys are...
Jose Maria Carrillo. And they look at the ring card, go to figure out what round it is. His corner right there for Eduardo Lopez. And you get the instructions right there in the corner of Jose Maria Carrillo. Looks like he's having a great time out here. Global Sports Streaming presenting the best in boxing. And this is one heck of a fight. Jose Luis Ramirez is over there in the corner of Carrillo. Jose Cobian signals the fighters. This is round number 5 of a scheduled 6-rounder in the bantamweight division. Both fighters weighing in at 118 pounds. Jose Maria Carrillo, black trunks, the Mexican flag, and the American flag along the side. Eduardo Lopez in the black trunks and the green belt. And they might want to fix his belt right there.
Yeah.
His protector below there. Let's see if Jose Cobian rearranges that when there's a pause. If there ever is a pause, because these guys have gone at it from the very beginning. Jose Maria Carrillo has gotten the better of it. And I think he's on his way to pitching a shutout, but that is my unofficial view of the fight. Carrillo doesn't even look like he's breathing.
No, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. His work rate is so high, and you just can't tell. He ate a big left hand just now, left hook.
Starting to go as a southpaw. Good
man.
left by
my
Lopez.
God.
Very good shot.
He's taking him.
Lopez is catching the second win.
Lopez has definitely won the battle of the power punches in this fight, hands down.
But you know, Kevin, this is the first time he's actually gone forward. He's been going back to fight.
That's true.
Now he's coming forward.
Yeah, maybe his corner just had to get to him and say, hey, man, you're losing this fight. You got to come forward. And he's doing a great job.
Yeah, I think he's losing this fight, but he's winning this round, if that matters.
Well, he's definitely more the power puncher. I don't know if at this weight they have knockout power, but he's definitely hitting with a lot more power punches.
And all of a sudden now, Jose Maria Carrillo now is stepping up his work. And now he's accomplished what he set out to do, and that's to back up Lopez.
Right. Oh, excellent body punch by Lopez.
That was a very good body shot right there.
But that happens when he comes forward, Kevin.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, I mean, you know, at this moment, Carrillo is not used to Lopez coming forward, so he has to now. Another great punch by Lopez just now again.
Boy, you could just hear that leather popping.
You know, Carrillo, he's getting hit, but his work rate does not stop, and that's what's amazing about this kid. And you know what? This kind of goes back to our commentary, Ben, about rhythm. You know, you see Carrillo's rhythm he hasn't lost his rhythm in the entire fight. That's why he's able to fight the way that he's fighting right now and keep his work rate going.
And he just keeps throwing. And we've got one more to go.
This is a great fight. Very entertaining fight. Small guys always give us a lot of action, though, don't they?
And they do. They come to fight.
Oh,
and
man.
especially here in Mexico where, you know, these fighters, especially at the lightweight division,
yeah,
they don't know how to hold. They don't know how to grab. They don't know how to do anything. All they know how to do is throw leather.
Throw leather. I think we're starting to see a couple signs of fatigue coming from Carrillo now.
Working on the nose of Jose Maria Carrillo right there, his corner. Here's some action from round number 5. And let's take it, Lopez coming forward. There he is.
Oh, boy.
That was a good shot right there. He started coming forward, and all of a sudden, Jose Maria, but then again, Jose Maria Carrillo comes back and
come back, yeah.
Loads up on his work.
He doesn't give the judges enough time to really sit and say, hey, man, Lopez is doing something. He comes right back.
No, I think Eduardo Lopez got the better of that round, but I still have him behind in this fight.
And here it is, folks. The 6th and final round of this beautiful, beautiful match between Jose Maria Carrillo, Eduardo Lopez. 2 unbeaten fighters. And like Chris said, they do not want to give up the O. Do not want to give up the O. Someone's got to give it up, though. Eduardo Lopez loading up right off the bat, trying to back up Carrillo. That's been the most effective way for Lopez to fight. Both fighters landing, having their moments here.
That was a very good left hook by Eduardo Lopez right there. Stopping Carrillo.
Nice job right there by Carrillo. Good head movement. Just got down below and then patiently came up on top. Now Carrillo starting to lead with that uppercut, coming in with that uppercut. Carrillo getting there first and not allowing Eduardo Lopez to set his base of power.
Not at all. He just, keep him off balance the entire time. Just small punches, too.
Every time Lopez wants to load up, Carrillo comes with 1-2. Boy, they say styles make fights, and here's an example right here.
Yeah.
Two guys tailor-made for each other.
They really are, Benny. These guys are showing excellent boxing skills. They're throwing punches, evading shots, landing shots. This is a very good boxing match.
Definitely a fight to remember. Looks like I got a little bit of blood over here on my belt sheet.
These are not the best seats, Kevin.
Oh my God.
It's about aggression and anticipation, contact and counter. It's been a combination of that in this fight.
I have to take a few showers when I get out of here, man.
And Jose Maria Carrillo taking the fight to Lopez. Lopez wants to throw, but he's not able to. Carrillo just doing a brilliant job of just smothering him.
He smothers him, then he moves in and out. He's just a very good boxer, is Carrillo.
And a good punch by Lopez that time, catching Carrillo as he was going back.
And Carrillo comes right back.
Nobody wants to see this fight end. What a fight! Aggression, anticipation, counter, and contact.
Excellent fight. Excellent fight.
Two young warriors that came to launch leather, and they pounded each other. All right, Chris, who do you see?
Because
I'm going to have to go with Carrillo. I think Carrillo did a little more. Even though the scorecard, in my opinion, 5-1 doesn't really describe the type of fight it was. But I had Carrillo edging out.
Kevin, how do you
most
see
of the
it?
rounds.
I mean, I definitely see it 5-1 as well. I think that 5th round was the only round that Lopez definitively won. I think that Carrillo showed a lot more heart. I think, well, no, I can't say necessarily heart, but endurance and just his punch output was just out the roof. So I think that it was 5-1. I actually do agree with that, Chris, on this one.
Every great headliner needs a great close, and look at the way they closed that fight.
The way they started it.
There it is, Jose Luis Ramirez, an ex-great referee who is now training fighters. And he trains Jose Maria Carrillo. Has done an excellent job with him. You saw what kind of physical shape he was in.
He was in great shape,
Especially to go ahead and maintain that incredible work rate that he established very early in the fight.
From both fighters.
Yeah.
Now let's take a look at some of the body work here. Here, working the body, No body work so far.
You know, to be quite honest, I did not expect that type of action coming from Carrillo.
Maybe he meant the body of work.
Hey.
Not body work.
That's
And there he is.
We have to choose our words carefully.
Jose Maria Carrillo, and this is Eduardo Lopez, and our ring announcer Pablo Flores is taking his time getting the final tabulation of the judges' scoring cards. So let's go to Pablo Flores for the official decision.
Damas y caballeros, después de 6 rounds
Hats
de
off to
combate,
Lopez, man. He
nos
did a great
vamos
job.
con las tarjetas de los jueces. After 6 rounds of boxing, we now go to the judges' scorecards. But before that, big round of applause for both fighters. Un gran aplauso para ambos peleadores.
And a
Para
big hand
Lopez
by the
y
people
Carrillo
here for the
por
two
este gran
combatants.
combate. El juez, Judge Carlos de la Rocha, he scores it 57-57. 57-57. And judges Sergio Lechuga and Jesus Gonzalez, they both have the same scores of 58-55. Califican el combate de igual manera 58-55, estos dos jueces. en favor de su ganador por la vía de la decisión mayoritaria. Manteca, California.
There you have it. The O had to go, and Jose Maria Carrillo slugs out a unanimous decision win. The man from Manteca, California, now goes to 7-0-1. Eduardo Lopez, no shame there. Put on a great performance, but he was on the short end of that scoring decision. So Jose Maria Carrillo is your winner, and he continues his unbeaten. Any thoughts, Chris?
The right man won. It was a good fight. You know, Eduardo Lopez has nothing to be ashamed of. It was an excellent fight. I don't think it could have gone either way. I think Carrillo did enough to win, but it was a very good fight.
Now, Kevin, you go back in the part of Eduardo Lopez, got to reassess what he did.
Yeah.
He was obviously very effective when he came forward, but he didn't do that enough.
Yeah, you know, this type of fight reminds me of the first Bernard Hopkins versus Roy Jones Jr. fight when where Hopkins lost, you know, but it was still an excellent fight between both of them. And then guess what? Both of them still went on to be champions, you know, for a long time. So I think Lopez is going to have a great career. I just think he does need to work on a few things. You know, need to reassess how to adjust in the fight quickly. You know, and I think he'll be a great fight after that.
So we are ready now for our main event of the evening, and boy, how are you going to top this one?
Oh man, I'm not sure.
Our main event is going to be a 8-rounder in the super featherweight division. Roberto Meza taking on Angel Viedas from Tijuana. And this is Angel Viedas. 23 wins, 9 losses, 1 draw. He weighed in at 129 pounds. He is going to be taking on Roberto Meza. Angel Viedas talked about the opportunity that presents himself. A great opportunity right here, and he plans to make the maximum use of this particular, because he says this is the kind of fight that could lead to titles and many big opportunities. So Angel Viedas very serious about his training for this fight. And now here we get Roberto Meza from Temecula, California, with a record of 12 wins and 1 loss. Also weighed in at 129 pounds. Super featherweights. And all of a sudden you feel the electricity. You feel the energy kicking itself up in this arena called the Big Punch, aptly named the Big Punch. Jose Luis Rodriguez also in the corner of Angel Viedas. So our combatants are ready, and I think we are ready for the official introduction. Let's go to Pablo Flores.
Time to rock and roll with our main event of the evening. Set for 8 rounds of boxing in the super featherweight division. Damas y caballeros, este es el combate estelar de esta noche. Pactado a 8 rounds en la división de peso super pluma. Presentado a ustedes por Boristeca Boxing Promotions, la mejor promotora binacional de México y Estados Unidos. Presentado también por La Caliente 95.3, Physiofit Health and Sport. Your 3 judges scoring this bout in ringside. Sus 3 jueces, Sergio Lechuga, Carlos de la Rocha y Jesús González. And your third man at the bell, el tercero en superficie, su referee, el internacional José Cobian. Ahora bien, damas y caballeros que nos siguen a través de la señal de BAP, The Best in Boxing, y los presentes desde la arena Big Punch, desde la frontera más visitada del mundo, Tijuana, Baja California, México. Ajusten sus cinturones. Introducing to you first, the fighter standing in the blue corner, wearing red trunks with gold and white. He officially weighs in at 129 pounds. Presentando a ustedes en la esquina azul, vistiendo pantaloncillo rojo con oro y blanco, con un peso de 129 libras. He stands with 33 professional bouts, 23 victories, 9 losses, 1 draw, and 8 of those big wins coming by the fast way of knockout. Presenta 33 combates profesionales, 23 victorias, 9 derrotas, un empate y 8 de esas victorias por la vía del knockout. Del barrio bravo del Florido de Tijuana, Baja California, México, Angel Viedas. And his opponent across the ring and standing in the red corner, wearing green military trunks. He officially weighs in at 129 pounds. Y su rival en la esquina roja, vistiendo camuflaje en color verde, con un peso idéntico de 129 libras. He stands with a record, a near perfect one. 12 victories, 1 lone defeat, and 9 of those victories coming by the fast way of knockout. Presenta un récord casi perfecto. 12 victorias, 1 derrota y 9 de esas victorias por la vía del knockout. El campeón internacional de la Federación Mundial de Boxeo, the International Champion for the World Boxing Federation. Temecula, California presente. Roberto Meza.
Ya les di instrucciones. I already gave instructions at the corner. Ya les di instrucciones sus esquinas. Protéjase todo el tiempo. Viene con la campana. Touch him up, come back with the belt.
The final instructions. This is the main event of the evening, presented by Global Sports Streaming in association with Boristeca Boxing, the best in boxing. Your principals in the ring. Wearing the red trunks is going to be Angel Viedas from Tijuana, Baja California. In the camouflage trunks, it is Roberto Meza from Temecula, California. 8-round super featherweight. Both fighters weighing in at 129 pounds. Meza, with a bit of an unorthodox style, is bringing the fight to Angel Viedas. Viedas is a veteran of 33 professional fights.
Yeah, something I didn't expect right off the bat, Benny, is for Roberto Meza to come out and look for the bout. Usually he's a guy on his back foot, backpedaling, using his jab, boxing.
Viedas kept asking and asking for this fight. Finally, they granted him the opportunity to take on Roberto Meza. Let's see what he does with it.
And just like me, I don't think Viedas anticipated Roberto Meza to come at him.
So Viedas is going to have to change his strategy. Jose Luis Ramirez in his corner, the former great referee, and that's a slip. Jose Cobian right on top of it, brushes off the glove of Angel Viedas. You see Roberto Meza now trying to focus his attention on getting to the head of Angel Viedas.
Yeah, you can tell they both still feeling each other out a bit. Definitely, Viedas hasn't. I don't think he's landed a solid punch yet, but he's trying to figure him out, see what's to come, and hopefully by the end of the round we'll see a little more action.
Angel Viedas is a very active fighter here in Tijuana. So the crowd here very familiar with him, and that's what he's hoping, that these fans here would urge him on and give him that opportunity to go ahead and inspire him to slug out a big win over Roberto Meza.
You're right, Benny, but Temecula, California is not far from here, so, you know, Roberto Meza definitely has some following here as well.
Roberto Meza, 12-1 record. get the feeling that Viedas is feeling him out and just feeling what kind of power, what kind of range, what kind of arsenal Roberto Meza has.
Yeah, I think he also is a little nervous as well. You know, this is definitely a big step up for him.
Good right hand by Meza.
You know, a win over Meza, like he said, you know, would be a good thing for him. So, got to work those nerves out.
Final seconds of round number 1 of a scheduled 8-rounder. This is our main event of the evening, presented by Global Sports Streaming. Best in Boxing in association with Boristeca Boxing. We go to the corner of Roberto Meza.
Definitely a round for Meza in that round. He showed a lot more, just everything.
We go to the corner. Let's see if we can get some of the action from round number 1. Here is Roberto Meza showing you his ability to be able to go ahead and elude punches. Good head movement. None of those landed.
No, I think that last thing was like a push almost.
Roberto Meza already up and ready for round number 2. He is wearing the camouflage trunks. He's taking on Angel Viedas in the red. This is in the super featherweight division, our main event of the evening, presented by Global Sports Streaming in association with Boristeca Boxing. And all of a sudden trying to throw a combination is Roberto Meza. Viedas has had the feeling out process from the first round. He's got to launch now.
And Meza's still the aggressor in this fight.
Yeah, he's more confident. He's like, hey, look, I'm the champion. You're like, you wanted to fight me. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you why you shouldn't have challenged me. You know. And
good right hand by Meza, brushing the chin of Viedas. Viedas, I think it's safe to say he's not a big puncher, right, Kevin?
No, I don't think he's a big puncher. I think he's just, technical.
And watch, let's go ahead and break this down, Chris. Why isn't he a big puncher?
Mainly because he's kind of off balance when he's throwing his shots. Currently backpedaling too. He looks physically like a much stronger guy.
Yeah, because he's got those Manny Pacquiao type calves.
Yes, he does. I was actually looking at that, but he punches as he's moving, so it takes away from his power.
Well, Angel Viedas wanted the fans to urge him on, and they're doing that. They're shouting, Viedas, Viedas. Let's see if he now steps up his attack on Roberto Meza.
The times that we've seen Viedas before, I've seen a much more aggressive style. I don't know if it's the technique of Meza, the strength of Meza that's making him fight different.
Yeah, he seems to be stiff, Viedas is. Like he's not able to go ahead and let it go. He's hesitant.
Yeah.
Might just be overthinking too much.
And again, clean miss, clean miss.
Hey, you got good footwork from Roberto Meza and good head movement as well.
And now all of a sudden, Viedas started up and up.
But now he has to punch.
Stepped on each other's front foot that time. You know, you look at the massive calves on Angel Viedas, and you would think that he would pop off of that and have a big-time punch. But he seems to be going 3 different directions.
Yeah, he's like kind of like on stilts, you know.
That's the problem.
Wobbling
in order to be a big puncher here in this game, you need to have your legs under you. Even if you have big legs, tree trunks that this guy has, he's not utilizing them the way he should.
So we got the second round in, and that to me, that's another Roberto Meza round.
Absolutely.
I agree.
And you see right there, Roberto Meza being given directions here. Let's take a look at Angel Viedas now here. Angel trying to go ahead and land some shots. Hey, he just comes in with his head, leading with his head.
Yeah, it looks like. It looks
it's like there's a wrecking ball on his head.
I just think he's still nervous, and you know what? Sometimes guys never fight those nerves off, and they end up losing the fight because of that. To be quite honest.
And that also uses up a lot of energy.
Yeah, yep, absolutely, and that's why he's looking so stiff. Like, look at his footwork. Every time he moves, it looks like he's on. Look, back and forth, like going stilts.
Angel Viedas in the red trunks taking on Roberto Meza in the camouflage trunks. Meza has had great success with his jab, working behind the jab and coming in on Viedas.
And this is definitely a change of pace from our last fight. This is a good fight, but you know, the excitement from our last fight with Lopez and Carrillo is just...
Well, they seem to be a lot more fluid.
Yeah.
A lot more fluid in the way they threw those shots.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, very aggressive in the way they were throwing.
These guys look like they're on a cruise ship and it's in the middle of a storm. Trying to find a way to go ahead and land that right hand is Roberto Meza.
The punts keep coming from my main man, Benny Ricardo.
And you know, I'm going to add this. Whenever you're on a cruise ship and you have the turbulence and the drunk people walk normal. They do. It's an amazing thing to watch. They walk normal.
Equals out there balance.
It does.
I never thought about that. That sounds like correct though. That sounds good.
Roberto Meza in the camouflage trunk trying to find a home for that right hand. Look at him. He's trying to land that right hand. He's got some blood coming out of his nose now, Meza.
Yeah. I didn't really see any significant punch
But
land.
is that the head? Would that be the head? I think it's a head. That's that wrecking ball head of Angel Viedas.
Either way, I think Mesa's doing the right game plan, walking forward.
I think that was a good right just now.
That was a right hand by Viedas.
Okay, now I'm seeing the Viedas that I was accustomed of seeing before. A little bit more aggressive. And he's got the crowd behind him.
And you hear the crowd yell, Viedas, Viedas. I think that's actually waking up Roberto Meza because all of a sudden he hears the crowd and he's bringing it.
Oh man, little headbutts going on.
Well, it's just a matter of time because he kept leading with that hit.
That was a headbutt.
Well, that was on Meza just now actually. Meza headbutted Viedas, but Viedas was holding on to Meza.
Kobian warned Angel Viedas right there. Final seconds of round number 3.
He's so stiff. He's so
very
stiff.
awkward, is Viedas.
Very stiff, Angel Viedas. And they're working on that nose of Roberto Meza, and I think it was a headshot.
I think so as well. It wasn't maybe a devastating punch, but I mean, it drew blood and nothing major.
When you're young at that age right there for Roberto Meza, you don't feel anything.
Absolutely not.
Round number 4 coming up. This is our main event of the evening.
Very youthful, very strong guy. You know, his record implies it.
Viedas talked about in the interview we did before the fight about what a great opportunity this is and how he wants to make the most of it. He's going to have to step it up. The ABC rules of boxing, and again, on this one now we reach the halfway point of the fight. It's in the books. Round number 4 of a scheduled 8-rounder in the super featherweight division. Roberto Meza in the camouflage trunks, taking on Angel Viedas, the veteran from Tijuana, Baja California. And now you're starting to see Viedas be a little bit more aggressive. Starting down low is Meza, and then finishing up on top. And you mentioned the fact that you were shocked at how aggressive Meza is. I think that's working well. He's got to stay aggressive.
Yeah, I believe this round he's kind of picking up the pace a little bit. Starting to touch Viedas a little more.
And you know, sometimes for fighters, and you guys know better than anybody, sometimes it takes a little bit to get into the fight to start feeling that distance.
Yeah, that's true. I think Viedas might need a little more time because it doesn't look like he has done it yet.
Angel Viedas trying to land combination, but you just see it's almost like his arms are heavy on him.
Yeah, exactly. He like kind of tries to get it out, and he may get a full extension at the end.
Seems forced.
Exactly. Like, I don't really want to, but I have to.
Yeah, it's an arm puncher rather than a snapper. Viedas just comes in and he throws those arm punches. Now it takes an uppercut right to the chin.
I think the fluidity now of the ram here is starting to come into play.
And you know what? Overall, I think Roberto is actually, or Meza is doing the best thing he can do right now. Viedas has been extremely awkward, you know, so he doesn't really want to do too much. He's taking it as it comes, you know, and it might be a boring fight because of it, but he's focused on winning the fight. So, you know, I think he's doing a good job.
But that's a savvy move.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a young fighter that's already got that kind of boxing IQ.
It is.
He definitely is, but what I don't think he's taking his time too much. This is mental pressure that he's applying, Meza right here. So
Meza doing a good job of eluding.
Viedas being typically the aggressor and the hard puncher. He's currently not. He's getting pushed back. The bully's getting bullied.
Now we're going to get a warning. Jose Cobian talking to Roberto Meza. And that's it. Round number 4 is in the books.
Halfway through.
And the nose of Roberto Meza seems to be bothering him. Watch how they try to apply this stuff.
They're just doing what they're supposed to. You know, got to stop the bleeding.
As they're working on Roberto Meza. Here's that little WWE exchange right here. There you go, WWE right there, right down. Jose Cobian lecturing Roberto Meza, say, I'm not tolerating that. So we are ready for round number 5 of a scheduled 8-rounder. This is our main event of the evening. Global Sports Streaming in association with Buristeca Boxing presented Best in Boxing. Your two combatants in the ring, they are Roberto Meza in the camouflage, Angel Viedas in the red trunks. Roberto just keeps staying on top of not taking really any big chances. And Kevin, you talked about that, that because of the awkwardness of Angel Viedas, he is staying alert, but not overly aggressive.
Yeah, I think it would be wrong for him to try to push the action when he's not super comfortable because of the movements of Viedas. You know, anything is possible. You know, guys that are super awkward like that, you know, they might hit you with an elbow. You know, we already seen a few headbutts, you know, so I think he's doing a good job. I think he needs to stay poised as he is and just taking it when he can. You know, he's winning the fight easy.
Now, Chris, do you see Angel doing what you've seen him do in the past?
No, like I mentioned earlier, Benny, he typically is a little bit more aggressive. Yes, he's kind of more of a boxer, but he shows some aggression. Here, Roberto Meza beat all the aggression out of him.
Fighting a very intelligent fight is Roberto Meza. He is doing enough to go ahead and keep Angel Viedas out of harm's way, but he is not risking himself, putting himself in a position of risk in the same token. Roberto Meza.
Yeah, he's doing a very good job of hitting and not getting hit.
That's what it's all about.
That's the name of the game.
That was almost like a slap on the part of Viedas. Viedas is trying to find some way to get to Roberto Meza.
A little sneaky overhand right just now by Viedas.
And now all of a sudden Meza's going to have to get there first because it's been Viedas repeatedly throwing and touching up Meza. Not necessarily in a way that it's hurting him, but I think it's enough to go ahead and keep him off rhythm.
Yeah.
Bothering him.
And of course, that's a boxing lesson that Meza is going to have to learn, and that's how to cut off the ring. Close off those escape hatches.
Yeah, definitely. Cut off the ring, use his jab a little more.
That was a sneaky little. Yeah, no, actually, Viedas hit him with a pretty good right uppercut just now. It was very sneaky. Very quick as well.
I think he's frustrating Meza this round.
Meza's nose is bleeding a lot more as well now.
This is the first round that I see Viedas winning, and frustrating Roberto Meza.
So I think it is safe to say that the key to Meza, the key to Viedas is to make this an ugly fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make it as ugly as possible.
Yeah,
absolutely. He had successes in this round.
Yeah, I think that's exactly the key to victory.
And now they're applying that on both nostrils.
Like you mentioned earlier, though, Benny, Roberto Meza needs to cut off the ring, use his jab, fundamentals of boxing.
He started off at a pretty fast pace. You think that's used up some energy?
Maybe. It could be. But, we'll find out right now in the 6th, 7th, and 8th round, right?
It is round number 6 coming up. Okay, now let's take a look at, we talked about making this an ugly fight. Let's see some ugly fighting. There it is.
Yeah, nothing very too technical there.
Unless you call stepping on his foot and turning him technical. And it is round number 6 coming up. Our main event of the evening, presented by Global Sports Streaming, along in association with Boristeca Boxing, the best in boxing. Your principals in the ring, they are Angel Viedas. He's got the red trunks taking on Roberto Meza in the camouflage trunks. And we mentioned Viedas has to make this an ugly fight. Bring elbows, bring shoulders, bring anything he can to go ahead and touch up the body of Roberto Meza. Meza, on the other hand, he appears to be tired. He doesn't seem to have the same bounce he had in his step to start the fight, where he was doing a good job of landing and then eluding anything that Viedas threw his way.
Yeah, it might be, like you mentioned earlier, just the fact that he's getting tired, or who knows, or Viedas caught a good rhythm. Just find out.
Now, Kevin, Viedas wanted this fight, so maybe he has seen something that he could take advantage of, and maybe this is when it's going to come.
I think even in the interview they said they watched his fights and they felt like it was a good candidate for him to fight against. So I don't know. I don't think he's really found that weakness that he saw yet, or has capitalized on it. But he said maybe he will.
Viedas moving around, trying to find some way to go ahead and establish his base of power. Now, Chris, all that leaning that Viedas is doing on Meza, that has to tire Meza out.
Yeah, definitely. You don't really practice wrestling in the gym. Like right now, all this tying up, and it's a different muscle group that's being worked, you know, when you're doing all this tying up. So yeah, maybe that's wearing him down a little bit.
33 professional fights Angel Viedas has, and he's going to have to tap on all that experience to try to get a win over Roberto Meza on this main event.
But you know what? A win for Meza will be excellent for a guy with that record right now. That'll start to catapult him into a, I think, more of a seasoned fighter.
And you know, at 33 fights, you're going to have to find out now. And he definitely wants to step it up as far as Angel Viedas. See right here, that's totally unorthodox, making it ugly, grabbing it.
Very.
And all of a sudden, Meza, Chris, is not landing clean shots.
Because of that smothering by Viedas, I think it's frustrating Meza.
It's thrown off his rhythm a lot.
Yes.
Oh, that was a really fast right hand just now by Meza.
So 6 rounds are in the books. And you say Jose Luis Ramirez, they're talking to his man, Angel Viedas. And Roberto Meza now trying to find the answer. What would you tell him here, Chris? What should he do?
So one thing that we talked about earlier about cutting off the ring and using your jab, maybe jab him to the chest because he keeps moving in his head a lot, too much.
Here's Angel Viedas in round number 6. And coming in there throwing elbows, flesh, anything within. And see, no punches were landed on the part of Meza.
No, none. So one thing an old coach used to tell me is hit the bulk. You know, the head is gonna miss.
Yeah.
You know, hit the frame. Hit the frame.
Especially
hit the frame.
Especially when you're a little. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, so the head will freeze eventually. Just keep hitting the frame. Hit something. Right there, Meza threw to the wind.
I was also going
to
throw in there, especially when you're fatigued. When you're a little more tired, it's definitely harder to hit a moving target. You know, so yeah, those shoulders, that chest.
And this is our main event of the evening, Global Sports Streaming.
Sorry, Benny, to cut you off. Another thing that I mentioned always, people don't practice, boxers don't practice missing. So missing those shots, thinking you're going to land, it wears on you.
Right. Roberto Meza now, you can see that stern look on his face where he is trying to find Angel Viedas. Viedas, on the other hand, being unorthodox. And you can just see the frustration in Meza's face. It's almost like Viedas is not cooperating. And they get close. They get in that kill zone, in that pocket. And they stop throwing. And that's what we're going to find out, what the appreciation level is for the judges for the work that Angel Viedas is doing. Do they consider that effective aggression or dirty fighting?
Well, the last round and then so far this round, he's actually landing punches. He's landed punches, and Roberto isn't landing much of anything. So, I mean, technically he is winning the fight, whether it's ugly or not at this point. I mean, well, he's winning the last 2 rounds.
The last 2 rounds, I gave Viedas rounds 5 and 6.
Yeah.
I thought Meza was going to sweep the fight, but somehow Viedas jumping back in it.
So let's see if Angel Viedas, who's not known as a big puncher, can find a way to accumulate the quantity of punches that land and eventually see if he can stop Roberto Meza.
Right. And back to you guys' point before about Meza and cutting off the ring, I think that would serve him a lot right now because he's really just following Viedas at this point.
Yeah, he is following him.
He's just following it. It makes it easy for Viedas to look like the matador, you know, to the bull, you know, so.
Okay, but as you say that, Kevin, how would he cut the ring off? What would he have to do here?
Instead of just following him in a direct line, kind of going the opposite direction to corner him into a corner, rather than just following him straight and then Viedas moves left, he moves left. He has to go the opposite way, and that'll in turn kind of push him into a corner.
And dropping his hands is not one of the ways you want to cut off the ring.
Definitely not.
And I think this might be a Viedas round.
Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah, I would totally give that to Viedas.
So he definitely swept the last 3 rounds in my card. I believe in your guys' card as well. So if he wins the last round, it could be a draw.
Yes, potentially for sure.
So Angel Viedas is going to have to summon every ounce of energy he's got left in his body for this 8th and final round of our main event.
Yeah.
On the other hand, young Roberto Meza has to bring it. And again, we talked about cutting off the ring, and let's see if he's able to do this in the 8th and final round. Jose Cobian coming over and talking to each of the fighters before the 8th and final round of this main event. Jose Luis Rodriguez, a trainer for Angel Viedas, trying to find every trick in the book to try to restore some energy into the body of his fighter. And that's it, folks. The fighters are up. We are ready for the 8th and final round of our main event of the evening. Global Sports Streaming, in association with Boristeca Boxing, presenting Best in Boxing. Roberto Meza in the camouflage trunks taking on Angel Viedas. It is the 8th and final round. And you hear the crowd shouting, Viedas, Viedas. And Viedas again dipping underneath there. And we're going to get a little timeout here. And the tape, the alert eyes of Jose Cobian, seeing the loose tape. He's asking to retape that, secure that. And they take care of it. Jose Luis, the man to the right, used to be a great, great referee, world class, and decided to go back to training fighters rather than referee.
He has a fighter that's in great shape right now. Great jab to the body by Viedas, followed up by 1-2s to the head.
And Roberto Meza, I think he's confusing. A little showboating rather than being effective. Good left right there by Meza. Cut. Angel Viedas coming in. That is Viedas taking the fight to Meza. See, right now, Mesa's not doing anything.
No.
Nah, he's not doing much, and this is the Viedas that I'm accustomed to seeing. Boxer, puncher, slightly aggressive.
Meza wants to throw, just not able to get himself in rhythm. See, he throws one punch and he missed that. Viedas taking the fight to Meza. He doesn't land with any of those.
No, he's not. He's not.
But the only we can say is that punch is in the country of Mexico, but it's not landing. See, he wants to load up, not able to.
You know, Viedas has completely turned just this fight around completely. Like, the energy of the fight is all on the side of Viedas right now. He's going in, moving around. Everything he wants to do is happening. Look at that. He was not.
Meza, on the other hand, is not able to answer.
No.
Yeah, I think he's frustrating Meza.
Now he's going to switch to southpaw. And again, all those movements that he's doing are wasted movement because he's not actually landing the shot as Roberto Meza. Very game fighter, very well-conditioned fighter, but definitely a frustrated fighter right now.
Down to our last 10 seconds.
Who's going to win this main event? Is it Angel Viedas or Roberto Meza? We'll see what the judges have decided. Well, he was able to hit Jose Cobian.
Oh,
Meza was able to land on Cobian on that one.
Get out the way. I want him. Man, this is a close one, man. This is a close one.
Okay, score it for me.
I hate to say it, man, but I
Draw?
believe it's a draw.
How about you?
Yeah, I think I would have to go to say the same.
You know what, though? I do think that the judges will favor the aggressiveness of Meza, but
at the beginning.
At the beginning and even the last rounds as well, you know, we are, once again, guys, we are in Mexico. You know, things happen, to sway more the A side. And they're going to give Roberto Meza the benefit of the doubt, even though us three here, we think that it's a draw.
Okay, so let's take a look at here, right here. And again, this is action from the last round. Watch Meza. He's coming in. He wants to throw. Does he land any of them here, Kevin? Doesn't throw.
Yeah, Roberto didn't really throw anything.
He's still coming for more?
Yeah. I'm not sure about that one, but, thinking back, I think that fourth round, actually the fifth round is when Viedas started to pick it up, and it was fifth through the eighth, so
I think
really,
Meza wins the fight. I don't think they're going to score this a draw.
If he wins, it's only by a round. It's only by a round.
I don't think they give Angel Viedas the benefit of the doubt, despite having fought a very good fight. They're going to give it to the aggressiveness of Roberto Meza. He definitely bulldozed the first four rounds.
Yeah.
And Angel Viedas made it very competitive the last four.
Yeah.
So Pablo Flores has finally added it all up, and we are ready for the official decision.
Damas y caballeros, después de 8 rounds de combate, nos vamos con las tarjetas de los jueces. After 8 rounds of boxing, we now go to the judges' scorecards. El juez, Judge Sergio Lechuga, he scores it 78-74, 78-74. And both judges, Carlos de la Rocha and Jesus González, have the same scores of 77-75. Estos dos últimos jueces coinciden en tarjetas 77-75. Por lo tanto, su ganador por la vía de la decisión unánime. Barrio Bravo del Florido. Ángel El Bofo Viedas.
And the veteran of 33 professional fights comes into the big punch arena.
Wow.
And slugs out. Slugs out, a unanimous decision win. So there you have it. Angel Viedas found the way, Kevin.
That was unexpected. That was totally unexpected. I'm not gonna lie about that one.
But here's one of what I always tell fighters in a situation like this. Don't be angry at the decision. Go talk to the judges and ask them.
Yeah.
Why did you score it that way?
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to learn how to win a fight.
That's true.
And you got to learn that what you're doing is not being looked upon by the judge as effective aggression.
Right.
So sometimes you have to learn how to win a fight.
Yeah.
And I think for Roberto Meza, he's young enough.
Yeah.
A loss is no shame. It's a learning experience. So I think we're going to get a chance here. We're going to get Chris Martin to go in there and talk to our winner, Angel Viedas.
Felicidades, Ángel. Tú quisiste esta pelea. You wanted this fight. ¿Qué era el plan entrando a esta pelea? What was the game plan entering this fight?
Para mí el plan era hacerlo fallar mucho, que se me dio hacerlo fallar. Sinceramente yo la pelea, pues yo la vi muy pareja. No entiendo a la gente, pero pues yo no soy el juez. Ellos fueron los jueces. Así que si ellos me vieron ganar, pues muchas gracias. Yo le agradezco a todos por la oportunidad, a Roberto Meza por la oportunidad. Antes que nada, pues somos profesionales y pues gracias a Dios gané. Me dieron a mí la pelea, pues gracias.
The game plan here tonight was to make him miss big. I believe I did that tonight. I'm not a judge, and the judges thankfully saw me winning the fight, and I thank them for it. So, si quiere la revancha, Roberto Meza, se la vas a dar. If Robert wants the rematch, will you give him the rematch?
Eso hay que trabajarlo con la promotora. Ahorita tenemos otros planes, pero si más adelante se da, adelante.
Right now, I have different plans, but if the promoter can arrange it, I'm okay with that. Otra vez, felicidades en esta victoria. Congratulations on this victory. Suerte.
Muchas gracias a todos. Gracias.
Thank you all.
Well, thank you, Chris. And there you have your winner, Angel Viedas, slugging out a unanimous decision win over Roberto Meza. And that is our main event of the evening. And again, the last two fights have been stellar.
Yes, yeah, excellent two fights, especially in that bantamweight division. With Carrillo and Lopez. That was an excellent, definitely fight of the night. And those two guys they kept action going the entire fight. It was beautiful.
So your winner, Angel Viedas, 33 professional fights. He wanted to fight Roberto Meza. He kept asking for it. Finally, our matchmaker, Saul, came up with it, and they finally granted him the opportunity. And of course, that's what boxing is all about, making the most of the opportunity that's presented to you. And he did just that, slugging out a win over Roberto Meza, who started out very, very aggressively, but was not able to sustain it. Angel Viedas finally was able to go ahead and find the style that was going to end up working for him. He found it, and he was very successful with it. And now we are going to get the ladies now slugging it out. This is CARINA Moreno from Watsonville, California, with a record of 24-6, 103.6 pounds. I got a chance to do CARINA Moreno's fight down in a place called Toluca, Mexico. And here comes Cynthia Martinez. Cynthia Martinez from Cancun, Quintana Roo, Mexico, with a record of 4 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw. CARINA Moreno has been at it a long time and has had an excellent success in the ring. Coming down here to Mexico to go ahead and get his chance to fight. And here she is, CARINA Moreno. Jose Cobian giving the instructions. And now we are ready for Pablo Flores, our ring announcer.
Damas y caballeros, Boriseca Boxing Promotions y BIB The Best in Boxing presentan este encuentro pactado a 6 rounds en la división de peso paja. 6 rounds of boxing in the strawweight division. Your 3 judges scoring this bout in ringside. Sus 3 jueces, Carlos de la Rocha, Jesús González y Sergio Lechuga. And your 3rd man inside the ring, su referee, Jose Cobian. Introducing the fighter standing in the blue corner, wearing green and silver. She officially weighs in at 104 pounds. Presentando ustedes en la esquina azul, vistiendo pantaloncillo en color verde con plata, con un peso de 104 libras. She stands with a record of 4 victories against 3 losses and 1 draw. Cuenta con un récord de 4 victorias, 3 derrotas y un empate, de la ciudad de Cancún, Quintana Roo, México. CINTHIA Martinez. And her opponent across the ring is standing in the red corner. She wears black and gold. She officially weighs in at 103.6 pounds. Presentando ustedes en la esquina roja, vistiendo pantaloncillo negro con dorado, con un peso de 103.6 libras. as a professional. In 30 professional bouts, she stands 24 victories against 6 losses, and 5 of those victories coming by the fast way of knockout. Cuenta con 30 combates profesionales, con 24 victorias, 6 derrotas y 5 de esas victorias por la vía del knockout. She's a 5-time world champion, 5 veces campeona mundial de Watsonville, California, USA. CARINA MORENO.
The 5-time world champion CARINA Moreno taking on CINTHIA MARTINEZ from Cancun, Quintana Roo, Mexico. And this is going to be in the strawweight division. Is going to be 6 rounds. CARINA Moreno is going to be dressed in black and gold. CINTHIA MARTINEZ in the green with the white, the silver belt. And keep in mind, this is 2-minute rounds. It is going to be 6 2-minute rounds. Not much of a female here. They got to launch it during those 2 minutes. CARINA Moreno in the black. CINTHIA MARTINEZ in green. I did CARINA Moreno's loss it was in Toluca. And I remember there she learned a valuable lesson fighting in Mexico. You got to fight out of the clinches.
You know, I just saw her first fight actually after coming back for a few years, and she looked excellent. She just put on a boxing clinic. She looked really good. A true boxer.
I was going to mention that fight, Kevin. That was the fight of the night here at Bodisteca.
It was.
They chunked them.
CARINA Moreno, she is a 5-time world champion. A lot of times for some of these fighters, the female fighter, it's tough to find opponents. It's not something that's readily available there. And CARINA Moreno lives in Watsonville, California. CINTHIA MARTINEZ, for her, it would be a huge, huge win to get a win over the 5-time world champion, CARINA Moreno. And you can see the beautiful style, beautiful stylistic boxing that CARINA Moreno uses in a fight. In and out, bouncing around on the balls of her feet. I think she just got a glove in the eye.
I think she has such a poetic style. To me, it's so beautiful. Like, she dances literally when she comes in and when she goes out. It's hard to believe she even lost a fight in this particular division. I
remember in the fight that I did see her lose, again, the big thing was fighting out of the clinches.
Okay.
Her opponent was beating her within the right there because she would raise her hands up thinking the referee was going to break, but he wasn't.
Okay, so she would, okay.
And that is round number 1 is in the books. And CARINA Moreno, you see CINTHIA MARTINEZ going back to her corner complaining. See her eye?
Well, her eyes,
see the right eye?
Yeah, her eyes already swollen. That had to be a thumb.
CARINA Moreno, Rich Noble, her trainer, giving her the instructions there. No, it was an eye. He got a glove in the eye. There you see right there that puffiness. And there you see, watch this. See if you can see the glove. And there you see. And I think that was the thumb.
Yeah, it might have been a quick thumb.
Round number 2 of a scheduled 6-rounder. These are 2-minute rounds. CARINA Moreno, the 5-time world champion. She's dressed in black. She's taking on CINTHIA MARTINEZ from Cancun, Quintana Roo, Mexico. Moreno from Watsonville, California. Moreno weighed in at 103.6, Martinez 104. And then you see right there, CARINA Moreno working that jab, trying to get close. Good job by CINTHIA MARTINEZ, though, dipping underneath there. And you see the angles of the punches in Moreno.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Very beautiful. Very beautiful. I love the way she throws that right hand as well. She just throws with a lot of like just intent.
But you notice after she throws it, she's actually in position to throw another one. She's never really off balance.
Well, I remember I had an opportunity to talk to her after her last fight, and she said like even though she had took those years off, she constantly was training. She loves the sport. It's just a part of who she is, her lifestyle. And I really respect that, you know. That's somebody that takes the sport seriously, and they just love it. They just love it for what it is, you know.
You can see it in her style, you know. It's very fluid. She throws very crisp punches. That head movement, that footwork. She does everything well.
And look at that. She throws 1, 2, 3, and then she's out of there. Moving her feet, using her legs.
Ooh. Beautiful combinations.
Martinez is starting to feel now the power of Moreno and the frequency by which he's landing those shots on Martinez. And that is end of round number 2. We've got 2 in the books. 3 coming up of a scheduled 6-rounder. CARINA Moreno, 5-time world champion, and just enjoys the game. Enjoys the sport of boxing. Always in great shape. And the crowd here enjoying it. That's one thing the crowd in Tijuana loves, because they've got such excellent female fighters. You got Brenda Flores. You had Jackie Navas, also from here from Tijuana. You got Kenya Enriquez, yeah.
There you go. Yeah, in Mexico, you have a lot of the female fighters. You know, it's a thing down here.
Round number 3 of a scheduled 6-rounder. CARINA Moreno, the 5-time world champion, dressed in black. Cynthia Martinez in green.
And that said, Benny, we have a very important female fight tomorrow. Clarissa Shields versus Christina Hammer.
We'll see if they are the best in the world. That should be an interesting fight. And you see the eye of Martinez is really taking a lot of shots. The one on the right took the thumb, and that is swelling up.
Yeah, I see it too. She's starting to bruise her up a little bit.
And Martinez is still game, though. She's trying to find a way to throw it, but the thing with Moreno, she's just so well balanced.
Very well balanced.
Well balanced and relentless. This is non-stop pressure.
And she learned to fight out of the clinches when you're in Mexico.
Very well balanced. That's all I can see.
That's an uppercut. And then that right on the chin of Martinez. Now, of course, now here it is. It's a 2-minute round. Do you think that's why there's not that many knockouts in female boxing?
Well, I mean, just, you know, anatomically, I don't know the right word, but anyway, I mean, they don't have as much muscle, obviously, as men do. And I don't think they, you know, the force generated, for the most part, isn't enough to create a knockout. I hope not sound like a sexist.
Absolutely not. You are correct. I also think the same. And they're tough. You know, they're just as tough as men. Sometimes it's not tougher, so they say.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, you're right. They can't generate the same amount of force, and they can take a good punch.
Yeah.
This is Cynthia Martinez. And you see that right eye. That's where she ended up getting that thumb in the first round as they tend to her. And boy, she is, you know, when you've all of a sudden, you know, you got a total of 8 professional fights and you jump up to CARINA Moreno's level, that's a big, big jump.
That's a big jump, absolutely. But she took it, you know, she knew what she was getting into. And she's tough, and she's here.
Here's some of the action right here. You get a chance to see. Look at that. That's a great view right here, Chris, from up on top. So you really get to see the feet. The footwork.
The footwork, yeah, that CARINA Moreno's able to do.
Look, she didn't fall off balance not one time.
And this is live now. Round number 4 of a scheduled 6-rounder. Karina Moreno, the 5-time world champion and dressed in black.
Oh, God.
Taking on Cynthia Martinez. A very game Cynthia Martinez. Definitely outclassed, but boy, she game.
Yeah, Moreno is just beating her to the punch every single time.
And you see the squared shoulders of Karina Moreno. The symmetry is just beautiful as far as, you know, body-wise.
Yes. Nice height and shoulders. Very toned.
And throwing punches from all kinds of different angles is Karina Moreno. Every time Cynthia tries to do something, here comes 4 or 5 shots from all different angles. You know, but there's a term they use in boxing where they say she fights like a guy.
Yeah.
And I think we can say Karina Moreno fights better than most guys, if not all guys.
No question. I honestly, I haven't seen a guy as balanced of a fighter as she is, quite honestly.
She looks like she could fight in the dark and find you.
Once
Karina
again,
Moreno.
she throws very crisp shots. You know, I'm surprised that she hasn't been able to stop Cynthia Martinez yet because she's landed good shots on her.
Cynthia is a very tough fighter. You could just tell.
She is. She is. She's definitely trying. She's trying a lot. I just think that the work rate and the accuracy of Moreno is just, you know, overpowering her.
Boy, it'd be interesting to find out what the plans are for Karina Moreno.
You know, last time I talked to her, she actually said she wants to, you know, be a contender for a world title again. You know, so, you know, I think that she's on the right path. She's
Now,
doing a good job.
is she the same weight as Brenda Flores?
I'm not entirely sure.
I think she is.
I'm not entirely sure. But she's still competing at a very high level. You know, us, Kevin and I, you know, having that experience of being in the ring, and I don't see any movement lost, any steps lost.
And here's a little example of the work by Karina Moreno.
That quick step back, and then she comes right back in.
If she was an artist, she'd be painting a masterpiece right now.
Yeah, she really would. She's throwing good shots. She did get caught with a little left hook there, but nothing major.
It is the 5th round of a scheduled 6-rounder. Karina Moreno, the 5-time world champion, taking on Cynthia Martinez. Martinez in green, Moreno in all black. And even then, you see a pro, because she's able to hold her and then all of a sudden get herself out of there while also throwing leather. Boy, the way she throws combinations, I mean, just time after time after time.
Yeah.
Beautiful timing, launching.
Very focused as well. Very focused fighter.
Yeah, that head movement, Kevin. I like it, man. Straight shots. Ooh.
Good left hand, rocking Martinez.
Beautiful left hand. Oh, she brought all her body power with that. Body weight, I should say.
And all of a sudden now, Martinez, aware of the power. She has felt the power of Karina Moreno.
Nice.
And now all of a sudden Martinez just staying back now.
Yeah, not much of a response anymore from Martinez.
So accurate is Moreno.
Her combinations are like what needs to be thrown. You know what I mean? Like she definitely thinks about it in a split second. That's beautiful.
Karina Moreno, 5-time world champion, and she still has it. Would like to contend for a title, and this is part of the preparation she's putting into. Yeah. There you have it. It's going to work, going to work. Beautiful combinations right there by Karina Moreno. One more to go. It's Karina Moreno taking on Cynthia Martinez. This is Karina Moreno, 5-time world champion. She's got Rick Noble there, her trainer.
the mic cut me off.
CARINA Moreno, who puts the time into it, says she still enjoys it, loves the game. Let's take a look at the last 10 seconds here. You can just see CARINA Moreno just overwhelming Cynthia Martinez.
That's a good word. She's overwhelming her.
Backing her up, backing her up.
Oh my God. That's such a beautiful combination in the round. And you know what? Karina uses the feint better than I've seen probably 90% of fighters use it. She uses it beautifully. She uses it, she baits it in, and then she throws a punch. Like it's great. Very poetic.
CARINA Moreno, this is the 6th and final round. Cynthia Martinez in green. The 5-time world champion, showing you some of their skill in the ring is CARINA Moreno. The feint, the jab, the right hand, the left hand, the multitude of angles by which she brings it. Superbly skilled is CARINA Moreno, and she's showing it to you. As far as Cynthia Martinez, she is feeling the greatness of CARINA Moreno.
Yeah.
But you gotta respect the courage of this young woman, Cynthia Martinez.
Yeah, she's standing in there with a former world champion, and she's hanging in there despite getting hit with shot after shot.
And you know, this might be a confidence boost for her too, to grow from this, say, hey, I hung in there with a 5-time world champion.
Yeah, I was in there, I was throwing leather right back. I never gave up. Definitely a moral victory for Cynthia Martinez.
I think CARINA Moreno would beat a lot of people again now, just because of her work level, her punch level. She doesn't stop. She also doesn't miss.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was about to capitalize on that. The accuracy as well, on top of that work rate, is amazing. You know, and I don't see a lot of female fighters winning against her right now. Even at, what is she? I think she's
105 pounds.
Oh no, age.
Oh, age. She's 35.
35. Yeah, I mean that's amazing.
Women don't age as much as men do.
Oh, good. You know, I think
and there you have it, the veteran 5-time world champion CARINA Moreno.
Beautiful.
Extending a hand to Cynthia Martinez. Cynthia Martinez, I commend you. Tremendous
excellent.
Courage, tremendous will to hang in there against the 5-time world champion who showed us that she's still functioning on all cylinders, all angles, and again, using the feint, using the accuracy, using the power. It's all there for CARINA Moreno.
It's beautiful.
As they tend now to CARINA Moreno. And let's take a look at some of the shots from the 6th and final round. The 35-year-old CARINA Moreno congratulating the young Cynthia Martinez. And we are now waiting for Pablo Flores to give us a decision that we anticipate to be just what we think it is, and that is a unanimous decision by CARINA Moreno. All the way from Watsonville, California, CARINA Moreno makes her way down here to Tijuana. And we are ready for Pablo Flores' announcement.
Damas y caballeros, después de 6 rounds de combate, nos vamos con las tarjetas de los jueces. After 6 rounds of boxing, we now go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges, Carlos de la Rocha, Sergio Lechuga, and Jesus Gonzalez, have the same scores of 60-54. Los 3 jueces calificaron de manera idéntica, 60-54. For your winner by the way of unanimous decision, su ganadora por la vía de la decisión unánime, Watsonville, California, CARINA Moreno. Y fuerte reconocimiento para su rival de Cancún, Quintana Roo, Cynthia Martinez.
A unanimous decision win over a young Cynthia Martinez. who proved to be a very willing, courageous, and game fighter, Cynthia Martinez.
Excellent fight again, and hats off to CARINA. She did an excellent job. But also hats off to Cynthia. I mean, she knew she was coming in against a champion. She stuck in there. She still looked good. I mean, she didn't have the skill to win this particular fight, but she just got to keep training, you know, keep going back to the drawing board.
And then, Chris, I really think Brenda Flores is in this weight division. That'd be an interesting fight.
It would be an interesting fight. You know, if Boristeca Boxing can make that fight happen, let's do it.
That surely would be a great, great fight. Brenda Flores just came off a win over a Colombian girl over at the Tijuana Auditorium.
Yes.
So let's see if she's be willing to go ahead and do a fight here in Tijuana. And we are ready for our next fight. It is going to be a 6-rounder in the super featherweight division. Jesus Otero taking on Mario Ramirez. That is Mario Ramirez from Kamalu. Taking on, that is Jesus Otero from Navajoa, Sonora, Mexico.
Damas y caballeros, nuestro siguiente combate está pactado a 6 rounds en la división de pesos super pluma. 6 rounds of boxing in the super featherweight division. Presentado a ustedes por Boristeca Boxing Promotions y BIB The Best in Boxing. Presentando a ustedes en la esquina roja, vistiendo pantaloncillo azul y plata, con un peso de 132 libras. Introducing the fighter in the red corner, wearing blue and silver. He officially weighs in at 132 pounds. His professional record, 1 victory and no defeats. Presenta un récord de 1 victoria, 0 derrotas. De Navojoa, Sonora, Jesús Zurdo Otero. And his opponent across the ring is standing in the blue corner, wearing white and black. He officially weighs in at 130 pounds. Y su rival en la esquina azul, vistiendo pantaloncillo color blanco con negro, con un peso de 130 libras. In his professional campaign, he stands with a record of 11 victories, 1 defeat, 1 draw, and 5 of those wins coming by the fast way of knockout. Presenta un récord de 11 victorias, 1 derrota, 1 empate y 5 de esas victorias por la vía del cloroformo. Puritito, Camalú, Baja California, Mario Güero Ramírez.
Ya les di instrucciones en sus respectivas esquinas. Saludos deportivamente, viene con la campana. Fuera segundos.
The instructions right there by referee Jose Cobian, and we are ready. This is super featherweight 6th round. Jesus Otero against Mario Ramirez. Ramirez in the white trunks, taking on Jesus Otero, who's wearing blue and silver. This is the super featherweight division. Both fighters weighing at 130 pounds. And here is Jesus Otero is the southpaw. Mario Ramirez, young man who they have great, great plans for him. Otero is 1-0. Ramirez, 11 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. Ramirez, who took some time off as he watched his wife give birth. And they need us in that room when they give birth. Although I fell asleep during the Lamaze class because I said, at no time do I think my wife is going to forget to breathe.
It's an important function of life.
It absolutely is.
Breathing. But yeah, good for Mario. You know, get his head on straight, get his priorities straight, focus on what he has to do. You know, in the fight game, if he wants to continue, he definitely does have the tools. Does Mario Ramirez?
You know, we've seen him here plenty of times. Boristeca boxing, best in boxing.
And he's got to go up against a southpaw. So, Chris, solve this for me. What do you do to a southpaw?
So it's well known, just like for them, that straight left hand, you know, Manny Pacquiao, for a right-handed fighter.
But here we can see the footwork. So you can tell me a little bit what he has to do with his foot. Okay,
so Mario wants his left foot on the outside of Otero's right foot. He wants it on the outside at all times.
And that's to set up the straight right hand.
Yeah, set up the straight right hand and just better positioning. Right now, Otero has the positioning on him, and that's why Güero Ramirez kind of inched his way out of there. But that's what you want. That's what you want. You want to control the distance. You want to control the outside, okay, to have leverage on your shots and not on your opponents.
And you see the shoes worn right there by Mario Ramirez. Those are designed by a guy by the name of Carlos Adams.
These are actually the Reeboks.
Those are the Reeboks.
These are the Reeboks, Benny, but they look exactly like Carlos Adams shoes.
Really?
AB.
They look
Adams
similar.
Boxing.
They look similar. Let's say that. Shout out to Carlos. I remember when he came out with the first version.
Yeah.
The
The AB1s, I believe.
yes, sir. Still my favorites personally.
Yeah, man, and he's still going strong. Shout out to his company. You know, he's a good friend of mine here from San Diego. Now resides in Mexico. Very prominent company.
And round number 1 is in the books. And that would be an interesting round to score. So I think Ramirez gets up. As he's getting the instructions down his corner, Mario Ramirez. Here is, take a look here, the lefty, Jesus Otero.
Oh, boy.
Otero, who's 1-0. He looks like a rough customer.
Comes from a rough background, huh?
I say anybody with 1950s Navy tattoos in a modern era comes from a rough background.
Got the old Popeye tattoos, huh?
Well, it's kind of like when I see a woman with tattoos and I see her with piercings, I think, here's a woman who'll do something she'll regret later, but she'll do it anyway, and that's a good thing.
Depending on how you want to look at it. Not if you're her mom, right?
Oh my God! I got my conscience on my left here.
So that means I gotta be the
Yeah,
devil?
man, you're the angel.
Oh man.
Jesus Otero, he's wearing blue. He's taking on Mario Ramirez in the white and the black, kind of a Macho Camacho type of trunk. Otero going back and trying to mount a counterattack. So basically, to sum up, the style of Zurdo is contact and counter.
Yeah, typically Güero Ramirez is on his back foot boxing, but right now Jesus Otero is making him go forward. Not a style that I think is comfortable for Mario Ramirez.
When you look at the style of Otero, it is not a style that's going to make you look good.
Nah, he's a southpaw. He's on his back foot, a little awkward.
That was an elbow. Or in football, we call that a shiver. And you can see Martinez trying to go ahead and pin Otero against the rope, but Otero doesn't cooperate. He comes off of that and is rather explosive in doing so. Otero's landing some big shots. You're hearing that leather.
Yeah, it was a big thud right there.
But now he's... Ramirez is going to have to find his rhythm here. close that space, but when he does, he pays for it. Otero's making him pay for it every time he closes in.
Nice. Nice hook to the body.
Great left uppercut just now.
And you know something that Mario did really well? He kind of aired it out, took that step back, and sometimes fighters need to do that.
Yeah.
Take
One
that
thing
step back, air it out, give yourself some room.
One thing we talked about earlier, Benny, the space, creating space. And you're right, he just did that right there, taking a little step back. Nice uppercut.
Timed that out beautifully. As Otero came in, he landed that uppercut. Two rounds is in the books. It is scheduled for 6 rounds in the super featherweight division. This is zurdo, lefty, Jesus Otero. Now, why wouldn't they take his mouthpiece out?
I don't know. I mean, maybe negligence. I have no idea.
And here's that thing we talked about, Chris, here on the ropes, and watch him take that step back.
Boing.
Okay, now here he takes a step back. See, he airs it out.
And he creates that space. Under that good hook to the body, too, with that space.
But here comes zurdo.
Missed every shot.
Missed every shot, kind of me with a power ball. I only missed it by 5 numbers. Jesus Otero, Mario Ramirez. Otero in the blue, taking out Mario Ramirez in the white and black. Better round for Ramirez in the last one. As Otero seems to be slowing down a little bit. Otero's trying to find a way to go ahead and counter off the ropes, trying to plant a little trap. Ramirez seems to be shaking the rust off now.
Yeah, he's starting to open up a little bit more. The first round, yeah, I guess you could call it that, Benny. You could call it rust.
Turning him around is Otero. Nice little nifty move there. Ramirez doing everything he can to go ahead and maintain his focus, because Otero is a very unorthodox, very awkward fighter. And 2 punches right there by Otero.
And that's usually what we saw from Will Ramirez, the combination punching that we're starting to see now in this round.
And you know, he's keeping his composure though. He's not growing, he's not getting frustrated. Even though Otero has a very difficult style to fight, he's not frustrated.
No, he's not. And like you mentioned earlier as well, that he's an awkward fighter. He's just somebody hard to look good against. Nice uppercut.
Yeah, Otero's trying to come in there. You know, Kevin, it seems like Ramirez's jab is getting sharper.
Yeah, I mean, I think how can I put it? Just the rate at which he comes forward with, it translates all the way through his punch. So it's like a very sharp and direct punch, and it looks good, you know. But I would caution him to probably duck his head a little bit with that punch, because he kind of keeps his head a little high as he comes in with his jab.
Otero, on the other hand, has a really awkward style. And then what even makes him more awkward is the fact that he's a southpaw.
There you go. Will Ramirez starting to sit down on those body shots.
And he looks so focused. So focused. Again, he is rusty. Make no mistake about it. But he is able to keep his composure and tremendous concentration.
This is another guy that just loves the sport of boxing. You know, he might have been out of the ring. He might have a little ring rust, but obviously he's in great shape still. You know, had a child, but he stayed in the gym, and you know, I'm pretty sure He'll shake that rust off sooner than later. Sorry.
So we are scheduled for 6th round. It's the super featherweight division. Both of these fighters at 130 pounds. And we get to see some of the action here as Mario Ramirez steps in. And Otero comes after him.
Yeah. He's been landing a couple big punches, though, to be quite honest.
Jose Cobian signals the two fighters to step into the middle of the ring. And here they come. It is round number 4 of a scheduled 6-rounder. Mario Ramirez in white and black taking on Jesus Otero in blue and silver. Otero trying to load up on those shots. And you see all of a sudden now Otero starting to open up his mouth. He's really showing you his mouthpiece.
Which typically means, Benny, that he's tired, right? So good right hand by Mario Ramirez right there. Great.
That's
and
important.
here comes that mouthpiece. It's going to come out this round.
And important for Ramirez to get there first. Get there first. Don't let Otero come in with kind of that countered punch style. You know, they did not give an easy fight to Mario to come back after his layoff. This guy is a tough guy.
Yeah, absolutely. One fight, but still very tough. Rugged. And he's throwing some heavy shots.
Good job by Ramirez to move his head. You can see Otero wanted to load up on that. And I think that's where Ramirez has to go. He has to go to the body.
That's what he needs to do if he wants to get him out of here.
Go to the body. Trying to go ahead and find a home for that left hook to the body is Mario Ramirez. And good right hand by Ramirez right there. Landing right on the chin of Jesus Otero.
It's almost like it made him angry, though. Otero came right back. Oh, wow.
Good body punch by.
Otero there, closing the space. Otero trying to find a way to counter Mario Ramirez.
He's actually kind of finding it right there with that that left uppercut.
And that time Otero went out of the ring and came back in under the ropes.
That left hook or left uppercut is actually landing pretty good for Otero.
I don't think because it's very tough to see it.
Yeah,
really tough to see it.
Well, just towards the end of the round, it looked like he kind of flushed a few times.
This is Jesus Otero from Navajo, Sonora, Mexico, getting the instructions. This guy is tough, though. He is some kind of tough. This southpaw. He is 1-0, and he's fighting a guy with a record of 11-1-1. That is a major step up.
Absolutely. That doesn't happen often. Not only that, hanging in there, you know. He might not be winning the fight, but he's hanging in there.
Round number 5 of a scheduled 6-rounder. These are super featherweight. Your principals in the ring is Jesus Otero. He is wearing the blue and silver, taking on Mario Ramirez. Ramirez 11-1-1. Big things are expected from this young man. Otero all of a sudden seems like he got his second win.
Yeah, he's a little jumpy.
Ramirez again insists on attacking the head of Otero rather than the body. There, he tried to go down, and all of a sudden, that he's attacking the body. You see Otero dropping that elbow.
Yeah.
To protect the body. Good uppercut by Ramirez.
Yeah, he might have been hurt early on in the fight.
And good punch right there by Otero.
And that's
caught him coming in.
Caught him coming in. Overhand left.
You have to give it up for the toughness of Jesus Otero.
Well, he's a very inexperienced fighter. We're talking about a 1-0 fighter taking on an 11-1-1 fighter.
That's what I mean, the toughness of taking the fight, the toughness of taking these punches, and also being able to respond. So give it up to him, man. He's not winning this fight, I'll say it again, but he's tough and he's in it.
You need guys like this in boxing. Every opportunity to get in the ring is a learning experience. And for Mario Ramirez, he's testing himself. He's coming back after a layoff, and now he's trying to find out what he's got. That time, it almost looked like it was a tomahawk chop on the part of Otero.
Like he got hit with a low blow.
Yeah. Kobian lets him go. And good 2 punches right there by Otero. Otero appears to be the stronger of the two fighters.
Yeah, I was just thinking in my mind, I said, Ramirez, I'm giving him a little extra credit on this one because it looks like Otero is bigger than him and probably even a little stronger than him. So that speaks a lot to his fitness level right now, especially coming off a 10-month layoff.
That's true. Clash of heads right there, and Ramirez goes back to his corner, and they're going to look at that. There is Jesus Otero, zurdo. Here we go, Mario Ramirez. I said that he's going to have to attack the body, so we're going to see it here. Chris, take it right here.
So one thing we said that, yeah, he needed to attack the body, but he keeps headhunting right now in this situation. And the couple body shots that he threw were blocked.
Yeah, Otero's dropping that elbow.
Yeah.
And this is it, the 6th and final round of our super featherweight encounter. Jesus Zurdo Otero taking on Mario Ramirez. Ramirez in the white trunks, Otero in the blue and silver. Otero has been the counter puncher. Ramirez has been more the stylistic type of a fighter, mixing it up. A long layoff, 10 months by Mario Ramirez, and he's back.
Oh.
Now here comes Ramirez. But just when you say that, here comes Otero right back. Every great headliner has to have a great finish. Let's see what Ramirez has. Otero is just mixing it up with every oddity he can come up with. He's showing Ramirez that.
Yeah, I think if Ramirez can turn it up, he can definitely get Otero out of there. But he just needs to turn it up. Turn it up, turn it up, keep turning it up.
Ramirez bringing all kinds of different angles, going low, coming over the top. And all of a sudden you see Otero trying to find that opportunity to counter. And every time Ramirez comes in, that's when Otero does his best work.
Yeah, he throws these sneaky punches and they land.
See, look at that right hand.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Ramirez was showing an indication of being hurt by that body punch or
just aired it out.
Yeah.
Boy, Otero, he is one tough guy. 1-0, taking out a fighter 11-1-1, and look at him. And he's also fighting the right fight, Kevin, because again, he's not a stylistic type of a fighter, but what he is a cagey guy who's countering.
Yeah, and he's landed some big counters throughout this entire fight, you know, so that style is definitely working for him.
Never trust a guy named Lefty. Jesus Otero. Oh, the mouthpiece is gone. You said it was going to come out. It's gone.
You called it. It finally happened. Oh, yeah.
There's the knockdown.
Oh, man.
What a fight. Mario Ramirez, a very skilled fighter coming back after a 10-month layoff, takes on a very courageous but yet rather awkward Jesus Zurdo Otero. So now we're going to wait. Here's what Kevin predicted, is that is for the mouthpiece to leave the mouth of Jesus Otero, and here it comes. There it is.
There it is.
The choice there, do I protect my teeth or do I breathe? Jose Cobian right on top of that, seeing it.
That was a great fight, a good comeback fight, I should say, for our friend here, Ramirez.
So now we are ready for Pablo Flores, and are we ready for him to tabulate it and give us the final?
Still getting judges' scorecards.
He's still adding it up.
Yeah.
Oh, that might be a suspenseful decision here, huh? And now we're finally ready.
There's no way that Mario Ramirez didn't win this fight, but we never know with the judges.
All right, Pablo Flores, you take it from here and give us the official decision.
Damas y caballeros, después de 6 rounds de combate, nos vamos con las decisiones de los jueces. After 6 rounds of boxing, we now go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges have the same scores of 60 to 54. Los 3 jueces, Carlos de la Rocha, Sergio Lechuga y Jesús González, calificaron el combate 60-54. For your winner by the way of unanimous decision, su ganador por la vía de la decisión unánime de Camalú, Baja California, Sergio Mario Güero Ramírez.
And there you have it. A unanimous decision for Mario Ramirez after a 10-month layoff. He comes back and slugs out a 6-round unanimous decision win over Jesus Zurdo Otero. Otero, with that very awkward counter-punching style, did a great job of giving fits to Mario Ramirez. So Mario Ramirez kind of checks the checks and balances, and I think he's still got everything there in order.
Absolutely. He just needs to repolish it, you know, that's all. It's like his favorite pair of church shoes, haven't worn for a while, you know, bring it back out, polish them. They'll be as good as new.
So here we go. We got Jose Banuelos and Giovanni Gonzalez coming up. Jose Banuelos from Tijuana, Baja California, taking on Giovanni Gonzalez from Stockton, California. And Stockton, that is one tough area up there in Northern California.
Yeah, they have a few fighters right now. I actually have a card coming up May 4th, I believe, a top ranked card, and It's going to be interesting. We actually have a fighter that's been fighting on a few of the GSS shows, Marco Arroyo. He was actually here in attendance tonight supporting the Stockton fighter, Gonzalez.
And he actually got the fight because they saw him fight on right here. Best in Boxing, Global Sports Streaming, Fight Hub TV, and this show being presented in association with Boristeca Boxing here at the Arena Big Punch in Tijuana, Baja California. Love that name, the Big Punch.
I mean, it doesn't get any better for the name of a venue for a boxing match, does
Y VIP de Best in Boxing presenta nuestro último encuentro pactado a 4 rounds en la división de peso Super Pluma. 4 rounds of boxing in the Super Featherweight division. Introducing first the fighter in the red corner, wearing black and red. He officially weighs in at 134 pounds. En la esquina roja, vistiendo pantaloncillo negro y rojo, con un peso de 134 libras. Cuenta con 3 combates profesionales. He stands with 3 professional bouts. From Tijuana, Baja California, JOSUE Banuelos. And his opponent across the ring is standing in the blue corner, wearing silver and gray. He officially weighs in at 135 pounds. Y su rival en la esquina azul, vistiendo pantaloncillo en color gris y plata, con un peso de 135 libras. He stands with a record of 7 victories against 3 defeats, and 3 of those wins coming by the fast way of knockout. Presenta un récord de 7 victorias, 3 derrotas, y 3 de esas victorias por la vía del cloroformo. From Sacramento, California, USA, Giovanni Gonzalez.
And here our referee, Jose Cobian, calls the 2 fighters for the final instructions. They are
Ya les di instrucciones en sus respectivas
José
esquinas, protéjanse todo el
Banuelos
tiempo,
and Giovanni
efectivamente vienen con la
Gonzalez.
campana. Fuera segundos.
Gonzalez is going to have the silver and black, taking on Jose Banuelos, who's got the red and black trunks on. Well, you know Jose Banuelos can take pain. Look at all the tattoos on his body. Giovanni Gonzalez, 7-3. This is the super featherweight division, and here we go. Jose Banuelos from Tijuana, Baja California. Giovanni Gonzalez.
might be an early night.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's Giovanni Jose Banuelos' version of a jab. And Gonzalez actually laughing.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna keep hitting him to the body. He doesn't like it. This guy.
And that's a shot to the body.
It's over.
That's called the fetal position.
You're right, Chris. He is a jokester.
So there you have it. Giovanni Gonzalez. The most painful part of the trip was the drive here from Stockton, California. Once in the ring, it was no problem.
Yeah, definitely took care of business.
Josue Banuelos was on the other end and the recipient of those brutal shots by Giovanni Gonzalez. So we are going to bring in Pablo Flores one last time to give us the final. There we go, ready here for Pablo. Here we go with Pablo.
Damas y caballeros, tenemos el tiempo oficial de 46 segundos en el primer asalto. We have the official time of 46 seconds in the very first round. For your winner by the way of KO victory. Su ganador por la vía del knockout, Stockton, California, USA, Giovanni Gonzalez.
And there you have your winner, Giovanni Gonzalez. A very quick knockout here in the first round, knocking out Jose Banuelos. So what a great night for boxing here as Global Sports Streaming presents the best in boxing. So a great night of boxing tonight. We got to see some young fighters like Jose Maria Carrillo, who really looked spectacular in his fight with Eduardo Lopez. And of course, our main event, what an upset. Roberto Meza, and tell me, Chris, did you see that coming against Angel Viedas?
I didn't see that coming. It was an upset, definitely an upset. The Mesa camp complaining, maybe rightfully so, but hopefully we see the rematch in the near future.
And Kevin, that's an opportunity now for a young guy like Roberto Meza, like we said. Don't get angry with the decision. Go talk to the judges, find out why they scored it the way they did, learn how to win. Because sometimes the things that you think are, you're doing and are effective aggression, all the things, the criteria that a judge sees as being favorable is actually not.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times, fighters spend a lot more time in training than they do in the actual fight, so they don't always know how they look, so it would be a good opportunity in a case like tonight to go in, talk to the judges, pick their minds, and I think that's an excellent strategy, in terms of becoming a true winner at the sport of boxing. So we'll see, but I don't think that's going to break his spirit at all. Roberto, you're a great fighter. Continue to move forward past this. It's a minor setback for a major comeback.
So Global Sports Streaming presenting the best in boxing in association with Boristeca Boxing. So a great night of boxing. You always get that when you come here to Tijuana. Great fights. I don't know if it's the water, if it's the food, but I tell you what, everybody seems to want to fight when they come to Tijuana. On behalf of my two partners here, Chris Martin, Kevin Ollie, it was an absolute delight to be with you guys tonight.
Pleasure.
Until the next time, good night, everybody.
Good night.